So, hey guys, and welcome to XP11. So today we take control of the Zibo 737 in Norwegian colours and fly from Helsinki-Vantaa to London Gatwick Airports. So it's about a 3-hour, 10-minute odd flight today, so not a short one by any means, taking the 73 long distance, but it is a flight I've done in the past, in the real world, so should be a good one to take charge of today. Welcome Conductor Har, welcome Kevin, how you both doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. So, we're currently at Helsinki, stand 122, and we are in the stages of just preparing the aircraft for flight shortly. A whiz over there by those things. I think for the most part it's quite quiet here at the airport today. I will check for active controllers. Yes, we have. No, Torko has a active controller. We have got Finland Centre. Also got Sweden Centre, but no Helsinki by those things. So we'll speak to Helsinki Centre and see if they maybe give us the clearance today. Right, let's set this aircraft up, ready for flight. We depart in about 26 minutes, so you have got plenty of time for setting the aircraft up and putting all the ground systems to go. So turn on the external power, make sure everything comes to life. As soon as it does that, we can then set the 3 IRS switches. Well, there's 2 of them actually are in the 737, it's the Airbus aircraft that come with 3. Right, so both IRS is set to align, heads to the FMS, out of date data, which I'm sure we're going to have to deal with. Flying from Echo, Foxtrot Hotel, Kilo, stand 122. Position, stick it in there, and we'll allow the aircraft to align for a couple of minutes. Since we are so far north, the RS will take a little bit of time to align. Essentially, the closer to the equator you are, the more centre in the world you are, in terms of like all the satellite positions, all that, the quicker it takes to get all the systems together. So if you're on the north or south pole, then good luck ever aligning your IRS, because it'll take you forever in those areas. So that one's 9 minutes today. We've got most ground services going. We do need to start refueling the aircraft as well, since that'll be another process that takes a little bit of time. So fuel weight balance, payloads. Let's prepare all of this. It's 178 people on board today, I believe. Yeah, 178. So we'll be setting that up. Also, for the most part, we just fill all the zones. We can separate male, female, kids, but unfortunately, I don't have all the exact numbers of passengers on board of their ages, so that's what we'll just have to do. Maximise that. It's a little bit short of actual passenger numbers, I believe. If I say 5, it probably won't work. No, it won't. So yeah, 36, 36, 36 is fine. And fuel on board. There we go. We need 10,060 kilos on board today. So that'll take a bit of time to refuel. We'll call the fuel truck. We'll get that ready to go. Right, so aircraft's refueling, aircraft's aligning. Bring on the hydraulics and heating. We are nowhere near 10 degrees, so I don't think we'll be turning any anti-icing. Yeah, it's 19 degrees at the moment, so things are looking pretty calm. There's just about to depart by those things. This is on his engine start pushback. Not quite sure where you've pushed back to, but seems like the case there. Right, let's plug in the flight plan, shall we? We'll do that next, and then we'll start the passenger boarding process. So, flying from Helsinki to London, Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. No company route, plug it in manually. Flight number is Delta 8370. Runway in use is probably going to be, let's have a look. Do we have a notice? No. Let's speak to ATC, see if we can get Finland Centre to give me something. 125225. Oh wait, someone just tuned in, that's Warsaw Centre. 125225. Make sure that's all connected. I know I've had a few issues with TeamSpeak recently. Doesn't seem to like my headset for the most part. So we'll just confirm that it's going to like it today. Presuming TeamSpeak is even connected. What happened there? Like I said, as much as I like IVAO, there are one or two parts of it that I'm not so keen on. And the way it piggybacks off of TeamSpeak. I'm sure there are better ways of doing this. Yeah, TeamSpeak's dead. Reload that. Welcome Sam, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Right, that's Unicom. Why are you not connecting? Try quick connection to TeamSpeak manually. It's very strange. Nickname. We are IBK370. That is very strange. Let me show you what I'm seeing right now, just so you guys can get an idea. So, switch to Unicom. The CMD pops up, that's fine. What I want is TeamSpeak and Altitude Client. If I switch back, that pops up. Bad login, username, password wrong. Let me try to reconnect to IVAO, see if that at least does something. If not, then I'll fly without it. Should be a slight shame. Or at the very least, just do text only. Let's have a look. So restart that. We'll restart IVAO. Welcome B22 stream. I'm not doing too bad. How are you doing yourself? Welcome to Twitch. Right, give that a second to load. Like I say, if it doesn't work, we'll just fly about air traffic control today. Not the way we normally do it, but it has to be done from time to time. Right, connect, use voice, that's all fine. Connect. Switch to Unicom, switch back to frequency. Nothing. Okay, we'll just do it with voice instead then. Disconnect, reconnect without voice. That'll have to do. Right, let us contact ATC. Presume they're still online. Maybe not. That will load up. There we go. Am I just being an idiot? Am I just being an idiot? If this works, I just put in the wrong frequency and panicked over nothing. What time have we taken off? I'm set to take off at past. We've got about 20 minutes until we depart. Alright, well it works this time. I can even show you that. Yeah, I was just being a bit of an idiot and obviously putting the frequency wrong, so... Okay, panic's over. We have got active controller. Let's speak to the centre, shall we? Good afternoon, Helsinki Centre. This is Nortrans 370 requesting IFR copy to London Gatwick. Hopefully it will work.
Nortrans 370 clear to Gatwick, runway 04 right, Adivo 4 Charlie departure initially 4000 feet, squawk 0223.
Nortrans 370 is cleared to Gatwick via the runway 04 right via the Advoc for departure. Initial 4000, squawking 0223.
Nortrans 370, read back correct.
Cool. 0223. That's fine. Let's look at our flight plan, shall we? So, don't do that just yet. We want to go to routes. While we're here as well, let's say hello to our passengers, shall we? Let's bring those on board. I want to go to start flights. Next, departing from Helsinki to Gatwick. Flight number is D8370. Call time is IBK370. Cruising at 36,000. Flight time is 3 hours and 10 minutes. Time to take off is 0 hours and 16 minutes. Aircraft is a Boeing 737-800 for 178 people on board. We have got Wi-Fi. We don't really have entertainment in Norwegian. We have like screens that sit above the passenger overhead, but not really much of that. No music. We have got safety briefing for Norwegian, so we'll drop that in as well. Have got snacks and drinks. We don't have a meal per se. If it was like a pre-catered meal, then I'd select it. But if it's one of those that you option buy for, just go for snacks and drink service. And there we go. Passengers should now be boarding the aircraft. We'll go through that in a bit more detail later on, I'd say. I think for now, if we can bring on the all-new overlay, if I know how to do it. So there's been a recent update to packs. Essentially adds a few more options. I'm not quite sure how to access all of them just yet, but there is a way somewhere. You can activate like a...
The Vessel 15 Victor on Helsinki on holding point runway 04 right, ready for takeoff.
Zero 15 Victor Romeo, winds 360 at 20, variable between 310 at 040, runway 04 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 04 right, cleared for takeoff and wind cockpit, Vessel 15 Victor Romeo, thank you.
We'll turn down the volume just a tiny bit so when they're talking you guys aren't hear me still. Let's plug in our waypoints. So first of all, we'll be flying to Adavo. Then it's via November 872 to Runga. From there, we fly direct to Tuesday. And it's a direct points to Invol. After Invol, it's November 866 to Buckut. Then we fly a Papa 7 to Sonog. Following is Yankee 4 to Tibra. And then that is that. So activate. Hang on. Embed waypoints.
Koska Mike Papa selvä RMP lähestymisen kiitote 06, ilmoita loppuosa.
Perhaps not. Adavo 04 right on departure, so we'll set up as well.
Helsinki Oscar Mike Papa sen jälkeen.
Koska Mike Papa selvä RMP 06, ilmoita loppuosalla.
So we'll see if we can get maybe...
Ja selvä RMP 06, ilmoitellaan loppuosalta. Oscar Mike Papa.
I think the aircraft's refueled now, has it? So... yeah, that's all done. We bring on seatbelt sign. And let's greet our passengers for the first time today. Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome aboard this flight, Norwegian 370 from Helsinki to London Gatwick. Flight time today is about 3 hours 10 minutes. Clear skies along the way.
We say 15 Victor Romeo, I need to climb a little bit more. Climb flight level 190.
Preparing for departure, so we have to sit
Climb to flight level
any questions
190 and confirm direct to NAPEC.
We say 15 Victor Romeo, maintain present heading for now.
Generic public address, that's fine.
Roger, maintain present.
Let's get a weather update while we're here. Right, winds are 12 knots heading 360, QNH 1026. That will do. Yeah, that's all fine, that's all fine. Yeah,
Vise 15 Victor Romeo, after passing 5,000 feet, proceed direct Nepek.
After 5,000 direct Nepek, Visa 15 Victor Romeo, thank you.
That's all programmed. Let's quickly let them know that we don't have the departure that they've given us. Nortrans 370, out of date waypoints, we do not have the Adavoc for departure available.
Nortrans 370, what Adivo departure do you have on 04 right?
Negative, no Adavo departures for Nortrans 370.
Nortrans 370, in that case, after departure runway heading 4,000 feet, vectors to Adivo.
Fly runway heading to 4,000 feet after departure, then vectors to Adavo for Nortrans 370. Alright, so fly direct, so 04, we'll say this is going to be a 040 heading. 36,000 feet. We'll set up our departure now since we have got all the fuel in. So that's 1.1. Cost index is 5 today. And cruising at 360. Average winds are 030 at 22 knots. Oops. Yeah, 303 or 3. Hang on, I'm getting myself confused now. Yeah, 030, that's wrong. That's 22. Input that, execute that. N1 limits, selects you, and go to takeoff. Use 10 degrees of flaps. Center gravity 3.25 with our speeds being as follows. 138 is what we rotate at today. 325, let's put a little bit of trim onto that. Is that really the maximum trim? We'll go forward. Okay, we'll have to on the keyboard then. Also must be saying, this should be the last ever live stream with the Pacific Aviator, since I have got a new stick on the way. Should be getting here on Tuesday, so...
Vise 15 Victor Romeo, proceed direct
today.
Ulvis. Uniform Lima Victor India Sierra, that's your final waypoint.
Can't lie, has served me well, but I am starting to have a few problems with it, so...
Visa 15 Victor Romeo, stand by please.
So an upgrade was definitely needed. Right, well the fuel's on board, so we'll turn on left fuel pumps and start the APU. We'll turn on the anti-collision lights.
Direct Ulvis, Visa 15 Victor Romeo.
These lights. No mistake. Make sure it does the local passengers boarding. Yeah, make sure this is all still open.
Gentlemen, I would love to welcome you aboard our flight. When you find your
Next
seat,
to
please
ground
be sure
handling.
to
We'll
place
get
your
rid of
larger
the
carry-on items in
two
the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you.
conveyor belts
Unless
now,
you're in
since
the front
that part
row,
will pretty much be
please
done.
place all of your items
Bus still
in the
here.
overhead
Passengers
bin.
are
If you have any
almost
trouble finding
complete.
your
Let's just see
seat
how many still got left on
carry-on
board.
items, please let the flight attendant know as soon as you have them. If the overhead bin
Still
is
actually
full
quite a
after
fair
you
few of
put your
them
carry-on
not yet on the
inside,
aircraft,
please
so it
close
could
the
be a
bin as a
little bit
courtesy to
behind
other
on
passengers.
schedule.
Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow
Norris
other
Kappa
passengers
Coco,
to
welcome
find
to
their
channel,
seats as
welcome to
well.
chat, how you
If you
doing?
are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are
Don't
willing
worry, you haven't
and
really
able
missed
to
too
perform the
much.
actions
We've just
required.
set the
If you
initial
are not
aircraft
able or
up,
prefer not to perform these
and
actions, please
still
let
a couple of
the
minutes away from
flight attendant
departure,
know if
so
needed.
we've got plenty
You
of
are free
time.
to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are
APU,
stowed
make
once
sure
you
this is
depart from the
active,
gate.
turn off
Thank
all the
you and welcome
bleeds.
aboard.
There we go, power on the aeroplane, stick that down. Ground power, make sure that's off, and head over to the left where we can disconnect GPU. So, only thing left is now just the passengers. No need for pushback, since we are in a straight ahead stand. And so if it's 04 right departure, presumably we'll be then taking the Zulu down all the way to the end. I'm not doing too bad. It's been a nice start to Sunday so far. Done my one bit of daily exercise today. Nah, I can't wait for things to return to normal again soon. Right, turn on the rest of the fuel pumps. We have got sensor fuel,
Where's
so
that 15
it's
Victor
fine.
Romeo at cruise level?
We say 15 Victor Romeo, roger.
Alright, so we are now just waiting for the passengers to finish boarding, and then we are clear to go. So while we're here, let's have a look at Helsinki Airports. So, this is Aerosoft Helsinki for FSX P3D, but thanks to freeware mods, you can port this over to XP11. So this is using the FS2XP add-on. Tell it to do the FSX add-on, and yeah, it works absolutely great. I do like the scenery, it's probably my favourite on all the flight sims, so I'm glad to have it now and explain, continue using it. And we have been out through Helsinki 3 times, once on an arrival, twice for departure. Most recent time was actually January this year, so I've been through it a fair few times, and I'm sure I'll be coming through again. I'll say soon, but we all know how things are going at the moment, so I don't know if we'll get it soon. But yeah, I do like Helsinki Airport. It's a very nice build. Inside, it's a lot of wooden architecture, which is fantastic knowing the Finnish lands. A lot of wooden products, so I like it. I really do like it. I'm flying in the summer, means that we finally get a bit of sun. Flying Norwegian 78, Freddie Mercury. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm flying Echo India Foxtrot Juliet Kilo. So this is the one that I flew last summer from Helsinki to Gatwick. There was no tail here on this aeroplane, so it's just a blank tail, I'm afraid, today. But yeah, I flew Norwegian a second time, although on that occasion, which was in January, I flew with jet time instead on the 737-700 due to the MAX instance and grounding. They've had to do a lot of wet leasing. And so jet time have enjoyed a fair bit of business from
We say
Norwegian.
15 Victor Romeo. At Pori you can expect ILS approach runway 30. When ready, descend 2,200 feet on QNH 1029.
So I'm going to do the call back and I'll respond to you.
KNH 1029er, descend to 2200 feet and expect ILS 30 at Pori and confirm vector to departure. Vector arrival.
Yes,
We say
presumably.
15 Victor over negative. Ulvis is your initial approach fix.
I'll just mute them. Yes, you should be able to port Madeira over from FSX-C, just using the FS2XP add-on. So, I don't do it too often. I mean, a lot of X-Planes airports are pretty much great off the bat anyway. And likewise, it does require a bit of editing. So, for example, Helsinki Airsoft has a lot of snow textures and ground textures, which don't work quite well. So you have to go through like overlay editor and wares just to kind of delete a lot of the broken stuff. But for the most part, ports over quite nicely. Right, let's see how our passengers are doing.
Selvä laskuun, kiitetään 06 tuuli, 020, 10 solmua, vaihtelee 330
Still boarding. Most of them now on the aircraft. Just a few now at the end who we're still waiting for. Yeah, just the last few waiting.
Victor Romeo, remain negative. We don't have Ulvis depart arrival at MCDO.
We're currently at stand 122, so it's a remote stand at Helsinki. Yeah, as passengers head through the bus, up the stairs, and into the aeroplane. Norwegian don't quite have a first class section, admittedly, but that's just down to how Zibo's cabin works, which I believe is based on the default 737 for X-Plane. They just ported that over to their own model. Right, we'll secure the cockpit door now, since we are done with the outside world. Last thing to it, really, just secure the aircraft, get it ready to go shortly. Taxi will be nice and simple. There's now the ground traffic here for us today. So, yeah. Let's get ready now to depart. Turn on the fuel dampener. AP bleed is active, so you can turn on the engines, no problem. Make sure that the rest of the systems are set as required, which they are. We check the FMS. We have got our departure set. Boarding complete. Thank you. Ground services, yeah, doors. So steal the aircraft now and tell the vehicles to drive away.
And welcome aboard flight 837.
Yes.
London Gatwick. Our flight time will be roughly 3 hours and 10 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please ensure that all devices are
Right. Let's request engine start, shall we? So we'll turn on the strobe lights, turn on the anti-collision lights, and no need for logo lights since the daytime is pretty bright here in Helsinki. We should still be in the daytime by the time we land in Gatwick as well, so we don't have any problems with that. Nortrans 370 at stand 122 requesting engine start.
Nortrans 370 startup is approved, QNH 1022.
Engine start approved, QNH 1022 for Nortrans 370. Alright, so we've got
370, just correction, QNH is 1026.
QNH 1026 for Nortrans 370. Yeah, I thought it was a bit strange that it had changed, but obviously just updated that information. Taxi time will be about 3-4 minutes. We're only going to the end of the runway there today. Right, engine to start. $17.18.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thanks for flying with us.
So we have got the Norwegian safety demo, and that'll be playing in the background now. Engine 1, start.
Mine damer og herrer, vi vil nå demonstrere våre sikkerhetsrutiner for vår
Can you see the 787 next to you?
Vennligst følg nøye med.
Where are you?
Vi ber om at all håndbagasje blir plassert i bagasjehyllene over
Nope, no 787 here, I'm afraid.
til de som sitter på første rad eller ved en av våre nødutganger over vingene, ber vi om at alle løse gjenstander blir lagt opp i bagasjehyllene.
Bit of a hot start, but that should be alright.
Festes ved å føre den flate metalldelen inn i beltespenn. Dra i endestykket for å stramme til. Beltet løsnes ved å løfte opp belteklaffen, samtidig som du drar de to endene fra hverandre.
Expert's having problems. Right, okay.
For lavt vil du trenge oksygen.
I presume you're on IVO then, because I use the altitude client. It's the new client from that sim for IVO, sorry. But yeah, I've never really had a problem with it. I do like it.
Tilpass masken ved å stramme
Actually, if you're on Xpilot, you're on a VAT sim. Wrong network, I'm afraid.
før det hjelper barn.
I'm on IVAO.
Dette flyet har
Right, both engines active. Power to those. Switch off the bleeds.
over vingene.
Switch off the APU.
Åpne nødutgangen og
Packs
Navigator 1 for
active.
Victor, request descent.
nedover. Forlat flyet ved å skli ned i bakkant av vingen.
Visor 15 Victor Romeo descent
Grab the
2200
air
feet.
information.
Skal du dra håndtaket
Descent 2200 feet, Visor 1 for Victor Mel.
That's Gatwick.
Ja Helsinki Oscar Mapo vaan pois Takeoffista ja pyydellään rulla.
And refresh.
Oscar Papa rullaa asematasolla, pro.
Ja asematasolla, kiitoksia. Moro.
You're alright. Right, let's down to 10. We've already set the trim.
i midtgangen viser vei til samtlige nødutganger. Det er en flytevest under ditt sete. Ved en eventuell nødlanding på vann,
Alright, so as soon as the flaps are down,
emballasjen, dra
we'll do
vesten over
the
hodet,
taxi to make sure that all the systems are
fest
active.
vesten foran, dra i
Elevator's
endestykket
fine.
for å stramme. Lås opp
Ailerons
vesten i
and
det
flight
forlate
spoilers are
flyet
fine.
ved å dra i de to røde stroppene. Vesten kan også
Radar
låses opp
is
ved hjelp
fine.
av de to røde munnstykkene. En lampe tennes automatisk når batteriet kommer i
Nortrans 370 requesting taxis to runway.
benyttes av et lite barn. Trekk kun i den ene stroppen for å
Nortrans 370 Hawaii Alpha Charlie and Zulu 04 right.
Via Alpha Charlie onto Zulu, runway 04 right for Nortrans 370.
Elektronisk utstyr som inneholder
Right,
sendere
Alpha Charlie is this one.
virker på flyets systemer.
I presume. Yeah, heads down here. Cut onto. Yeah, that's perfect. Right, parking brake, release, a little bit of throttle in. This is the runway. Taxi lights also come on.
Før avgang ber vi deg om å rette opp stoleryggen, slå opp bordplaten og feste setebeltet. Påse at armleddene er nede, og at vinduskjermene er åpne. All sikkerhetsinformasjon står beskrevet på sikkerhetskortet, som du finner i stolrommen foran deg. Vi takker så mye for din oppmerksomhet.
Ja, Helsinki Oscar Mappo asema tasolla ja poistutaan taajuudelta. Kiitoksia.
Oscar Mappo, kiitti. Is there one
I've
Victor
got
on the left
a
heading
very
200
basic knowledge
vectors?
of Finnish, but not enough for me to kind of understand what these guys are saying right now. You may point out one or two words what they're saying. I don't know, I'd quite like to learn the language at some point. I've been to the country so many times now, it'd kind of be rude not to try and learn. It's a bit more than just the basics.
Visual Alpha Victor Mal, we are 7 nautical miles to Ulvis, and confirm what after Ulvis.
Is there 15 Victor Romeo, you way too high to left heading 200 vectors to ILS.
After Ulvis left heading 200 and the vectors ILS runway
And negative turn now left heading 200 with 15
So this is
Victor.
the 360. There'll be a slight
Roger,
problem
now
not
heading
pressurising the aircraft at
200
altitude.
vectors runway
The recycle the packs. That's pressurised to the correct altitude settings. So that there is the original Finnair hangar, where the airline essentially started off back in 1937, if my knowledge doesn't fail me. Probably has, probably was incorrect, but whoops, a bit of a hard turn that. Yeah, so Finnair, you start off in that hangar once upon a time, but unfortunately it has since been demolished quite recently, so the airline was adamant they keep the hangar for heritage purposes, but the airport group, Finavia, who owned basically the majority of the Finnish airports, bar Lappenranta, because they couldn't afford to keep... Actually, Lappenranta is a bit of an old one, because it's kind of like a flip-flop between the two owners, the city and Finavia. So 2008, Ryanair wanted to start flying there, and in order to do so, wanted to build its own base for low-cost flights. The airport terminal itself can't handle international flights at the moment, so it doesn't have any passport control, you just walk through it. Yeah, so Ryanair wanted to start international operation and therefore requested to build its own terminal. Finavia said no. Then Ryanair pulled its services and meant that there was no flights going to the airport. Then to save money, Finavia wanted to close the airport in 2012, but the city said no. So the airport was transferred then from Finavia to the city of Lappenranta, where Ryanair then returns to the airport. An international facility, I believe, was then later added, but it's not actively used. And yeah, Ryanair now fly from there on a fairly regular basis. And last year I flew there in December. What airfares are getting now? I'm getting about... not as high as it should be at the moment, actually. Probably because of the scenery. Activate, reject takeoff brakes. I'll be doing that when I hold short of the runway. Don't worry, I've not forgotten about RTO. Yeah, so that there is the original hangar. Knocked down in 2016 to make way to a brand new Terminal 3 at Helsinki.
Say 15 Victor Romeo, turn left heading 100.
Turn on the...
turn left heading 100,
Transponder.
1 Victor Mal.
so that they can start seeing that we're squawking. And coming up now to our right is the end of the runway. We're going to hold short and enter.
Helsinki Control, good day, Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo at Turku Airport, request I-5 to Örebro.
Yeah, so it's Turku that has got active control at the
Skyline 9
moment.
Papa Romeo, clear to your destination. On runway 08, kill 2 Bravo departure, climb initial, your cruising level 320, squawk 0301.
I'm sorry, just the way the Finns roll the R's, it is so fantastic.
Please again, initial climb for 9 Papa Romeo.
Skyline 9 Papa Romeo, your initial climb is your cruising level, flight level 320.
Dodger, clear to destination, runway 08, upkill 2 Bravo, departure, initial climb flight level 320, squawk 0371, Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo.
Eastman Lanzarote, I'll
Just confirm squawk 03.
Eastman Lanzarote, I'll probably be doing next weekend, so I'm going to wait for the new flight stick to get here. I'll set that up, and then next weekend we'll do East Midlands Lanzarote for you. Right, let's request going, shall we? Nordtrans 370, holding short, runway 04 right, ready to depart.
Nordtrans 370, winds 360 at 16, variable between 320 and 040, runway 04 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Nordtrans 370. Right, so winds are variable at the
Is there
moment, but
15 Victor Romeo, left heading 030.
To the left heading 030, Visual now, Victor Romeo.
what day and time? Probably 11 AM on Saturday. If not Saturday, then 11 AM on Sunday, but it will definitely be next weekend. Right, so we've got our takeoff clearance. We're now ready to live on the runway. Starts the clock. I've actually managed to use the clock this time. That's a rarity for me, I must say. It's one thing I keep forgetting. We're going to turn a little bit better as well. Right, auto throttle armed. Engines up 50%, both engines stable. Press the button and should go. Nope, of course not. They spike just a bit too much, the throttle. So that's also another reason why I want to grab a new setup, because the throttle spikes a lot, the rudder never works, twisty bits. The only thing that really works properly is the stick. Sometimes the sensitivity can be a little bit off as well, even when adjusting curves. 80 knots. V1, rotate, rotate. Positive right gear up.
And then in 9 Papa Romeo we have we are clear for upkill 2 Bravo, however we have upkill 3 Bravo on the current charts. Request either 3 Bravo or left turn after departure and direct upkill.
9 Papa Romeo, you can fly upkill 3 Bravo.
Upkill 3 Bravo for 9 Papa Romeo.
Not the best takeoff for my part, but I'll take it. Right, maybe if I turn on autopilot that would help. Right, runway heading, flaps up, slow to 250. And then from 4,000.
Visual 1 for Victor Romeo, QNH please.
Start flying on track again.
Visual 15 Victor Romeo,
Took us a
QNH
moment, but we are going up
1028.
now.
1028, thank you, Visual 1 for Victor Romeo.
Brakes clear up, gear will lock. That's all fine. Head to keep some legs. And we'll adjust that so that
Nordtrans 370, Helsinki radar contact and left heading 360.
left 360 for Nordtrans 370.
And Nordtrans 370, climb flight level 360.
Climb flight level 360 for Nordtrans 370. Right, so we've been cleared up to cruising now. We'll turn on the...
15 Victor Romeo, Visual 15 Victor Romeo, to left heading 310, cleared by LS 30.
Please,
4,000.
second heading.
Now I'm flight heading.
Visual 15 Victor Romeo, to left heading 310, cleared by LS 30.
Turn left heading 310, clear ILS 30. Thank you.
And 9 Papa Romeo, clear for correction, request pushback and startup ramp 5, Tokyo Airports.
Moments, but it should be alright.
Skyven 9 Papa Romeo, position start is approved, QNH 1027.
Gonna get a few reprimands on that. So down
Take a
the
step up
train
approved QNH 1327, Scandinavian 9 Papa.
Operas 370, then left direct Adivo.
Left direct Ardevo for Nortrans 370. Passing through 9,000.
Gentlemen,
And
we are
at
now
10,
passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger
landing
portable
lights can now
electronic
come
devices.
off.
As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi.
There we go. Now we're cleared above 250. Yes, we are using ortho for the area around Helsinki. Ortho scenery, and then that is Aerosoft Helsinki X for FSX ported over to XP11 using the FS4XP conversion tool for all sceneries. And then a bit of work in WED and
Visay 15
design
kilometer
manager
left heading
just
280 to re-established.
clear up some of the messy bits of
Left
scenery.
80, airport established.
Can you do an Aer Lingus from Dublin to Los Angeles? I don't own an A330s, I'm afraid, so unless I pick one up, which I don't think I'll be doing at any point soon, then we can do it, but at the moment I don't think that'll be the case.
Operas 370, proceed direct
Into
Runga.
livery. This is the default livery, just edited in Photoshop. Custom tail number and standard sorry, direct to Runga. Nortrans 370, direct to Runga. Yeah, it's just the default livery edited. If people want it, I can upload it, but I don't think it's that interesting in particular. It's got no tail hero on it. I've just realised I forgot to start Projects Fly. Okay, we'll start it halfway up climb. At least Projects Fly can start it a little bit later than you can, or should do. There are tools that is not so forgiving. Smart cards, sorry, not SimBrew. Smart cards can be a little bit forgiving, or unforgiving when you forget to set it when you're on the ground. Alright, passing for 15,000, flight level 150. Email it to you. Sure, if you can somehow send your email a private message, as I don't think that's something else kind of get out there on the main internet, then sure. Yeah, I do like Helsinki. It's a very, very nice city. Finnish people, very nice. Welcome, Ricardo. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Sorry, Ricera Das even. How are you doing? Did you see the launch yesterday? Yes, I did. I saw the launch. I've got a few photos. I actually spotted ship. Also got my telescope out, took a few photos of the moon. If you're on Instagram, you can check me out on that at Drawyah YT, and this is the photo on there yesterday on my stories. This is now default scenery with left all the ortho bits. This is now just standard.
Visay 15 Victor Roman confirm you established.
My webcam's even very laggy today, I don't know why. Thank you
Visay
for
15 Victor Roman
affirmative. Man. I'm glad you enjoyed them.
Aiwas runway 30.
I'm glad you enjoyed them.
Visay
Same as my
15
do
Victor
it.
Roman, Roger, winds 320, swell 3, runway 30, clear to land.
Runway 30, clear to land, wind copy to Visay 15 Victor Roman, thank you.
Yeah, so far so good. We've left Helsinki without too much of a problem. Check the map. We are currently
Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo, ready to taxi.
just heading
Scanning
west.
9 Papa Romeo, white tango taxi, hold depot 08.
Where's Dunborough? Talk is that bit down there. That's one active control locally. There's Dunborough. It's a bit more north from here.
Tango for holding point 08, Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo.
Nokia, where the Nokia company used to exist, and then they moved
Helsinki
to
Finnair
Espoo.
225, morjens.
Then they got bought out by Microsoft, and then they bought out by HP
Finnair
Global,
225.
who now have an office next door to the Nokia offices.
Ja Finnair 225 Helsingissä portti 21 Airbus A320 ja pyydettäisiin selvitystä tuonne Tukholmaan.
Finnair 225 selvä Tukholmaan, Kitote 04 oikea, Adivo 4 Charlie.
My account is
4000 koodaa
at
034.
Drawyah YT. Links in the description if you can look for my Instagram. All of my social media are in the description.
Ja selvä Tukholmaan, Kitote 04 oikea, Adivo 4 Charlie ja 4000 jalkaa 0346 koodat.
Finnair 225 oikein.
Alright, passing through 23,000, flight level 230. The cabin, everything's pretty quiet at the moment. It's going to be a very simple flight, this one. There's no clouds, no winds, no nothing. I mean, even in London right now, not a single cloud in the sky. It's just completely quiet. When I say that, maybe it's time to turn off the seatbelt sign as well. Could have done that a little while ago. Oh, I forgot to do it then. Yeah, interactive passengers and crew. Seatbelt sign off. Will do. Most passengers not thirsty, some of them are though.
Now get up and move about the cabin.
For the most part
However,
though,
we ask
food
that
seems to be
you
quite
not
good.
back
It's just
with
thirst at the moment in the cabin. Favourite aircraft to fly? Probably would be the 737. It's a simple aircraft, you know your way around it. I do enjoy flying the 73. I mean, the 200, which is like 2-3 weeks ago now, that was a challenge to fly, but still, it's the basic same system, same concepts, you're flying it as you normally do, so yeah, I like the 73. This is on IVAO, not VATSIM. Thank you, Captain Austin. Much appreciated.
Scandinavian
Much appreciated.
68 Papa Sierra
You here
at
have a
flight level
big
236, descending flight
big
level
what?
200, inbound
I'll
Ravim.
have to check the message there. If that's maybe cut off.
6 Papa Sierra Helsinki, good day.
Have a big. I must know what you're trying to say there now. You pop up a. No. What is it? It's Streamlabs? Yes. Okay, what was the rest of that message? Yeah, much appreciated, man. Always appreciated. I mean, you guys three don't have to throw your money at me, but if it does come my way, maybe it goes back into the simulator. So a lot of you guys' donations and all that went into buying the new stick. I won't say what the stick is yet, but I am very excited for its arrival. Monday or Tuesday it should be arriving, depends on when DHL get here. Sorry, UPS, it's UPS delivering it. Everyone to do a group flight with fans on IVAO. If people are interested, and it's something that I could always do, I mean, a lot of what I do on this channel is based on popular interest, what you guys want, so if you guys are interested and want to see a group flight, then absolutely, we'll do a group flight. Just in case of deciding when we do it, where we do it, how long it should last for. I mean, basically, anything on this channel, decided by the community, you guys are in charge, I just do what you want.
Name 9 and Papa Romeo, approaching holding point runway 0, it's ready for departure.
Here we go. Captain Austin said,
Skyline
hello, you're
9
new here.
Papa
We have a big
Romeo.
treat tomorrow.
Wind
Check you out.
040 knots, variable between 330 at 090, runway 08, clear for
Oh,
takeoff.
so you know it.
Take over the nose, right,
Unless you
Name 9
one of
Papa
the people I have dropped a message to, is it the Thrustmaster stick? It's meant to be the best out on the market. It's not cheap, but let's say you guys donations about 50%. I paid out of pocket 50%. It's meant to last me the rest of my life, so that's the whole point of it. Can you? Yes, I'll check my Instagram in a moment. Yeah. What time are you flying, Austin, tomorrow? I'll check you out. What time are you flying?
Is there 15 Victor Romeo, welcome to Pori Taxi, stand of choice.
Still my just Vision 15 Victor Romeo, thanks for service.
Come on, roll your R for us one or two more times, Helsinki control. Alright, so we're almost at cruising altitude now, just passing through 30,000 feet, 300. Let's check that. That later.
Kevin 9 Papa Romeo, squawk 1 Charlie, please.
Squawk Charlie, 9 Papa Romeo.
So we're now heading towards the end of the finish land.
Kevin 9 Papa Romeo, radar contact.
Yeah, soon now at the end of the finish land, we'll be crossing over to Sweden, where Sweden Control is also active, and we'll be talking to them later as well. Yeah, we've got Sweden Centre, we have also got Norway Centre, but I presume on our flight routing, yeah, I don't know why this is a part of the 7-3, I'm not too sure, but yeah, presumably we'll be speaking to Norway, and following Norway, will be Unicom to the UK, unless we get a Gatwick control. I think Gatwick usually is quite active on IVA as well. There is a little bit of a change you need to try and bear in mind when we go from that into IVAO, but for the most part it's a smooth transition. There are a lot of benefits to it, such as the ground anchoring of models, and I like the altitude clients. X-Pilot's good.
Kevin 68 Papa Sierra, T1 for Romeo arrival 04 right.
Like I say, as soon as I get a chance, Dark Laser, I'll send you the link. But right now, we are in the middle of a flight.
Sir, please, Scandinavian 68 Papa.
Scandinavian 68 Papa Sierra, T1 for Romeo arrival 04 right.
Yep. Okay, Rivan for Romeo, arrive to 04 right. Scandinavian 68 Papa Sierra.
Scandinavian 68 Papa Sierra, you were cleared to flight level 200, so please maintain flight level 200.
Roger, maintaining 200, sorry,
Jesky 400, I don't own it, but certainly one that I have looked at a few times. I have got the Flagey Sim edition for X-Plane, it's now like a legacy version or something, it's like a old school one, but I did have that before that update. I like the Q400,
Kevin 9 Papa Romeo, proceed direct Evelyn.
Direct Evelyn for Scandinavian 9
Favourite
Papa Romeo.
English airports?
Reserve for Victor Romeo on
Favourite
box.
English airports probably will be London
Send Papa
Stansted.
with Romeo, thank you.
I've never had a problem with Stansted, I've flown through it plenty of times.
Second.
It's not the smallest, but
Oh, Roger, thank you for
it's
service,
decent size, got plenty of facilities, a few restaurants as well. Yeah, I've never had a problem with Stansted. I mean, I've flown through Heathrow once in recent times, that was through Terminal 3, so not much I can give much in terms of opinion for that. Luton Airport, I'm not so keen on. Gatwick's alright, but the problem with Gatwick is that you have to walk everywhere. The actual departure hall to the gates, miles away. You could be walking for a good 30-40 minutes from departure hall to gates. Right, so we're now about to arrive at cruising altitude at 360. Trying to think, what other English airports have I flown through? Inverness, if you count Scotland as part of the United Kingdom, for cancelling it like that. Inverness is pretty good. Yeah, I've done Gatwick. I've done City. City is a pretty nice airport as well. It's small, but their customer service is very lacking in a lot of areas, so I try and avoid that airport now, I'm afraid. As convenient as it is, it's just... I don't know, it's just... Yeah, I can't really explain it. I like it, but at the same time, I really don't like it. There's an aircraft into Katowice. FPS, we get about 25 to 30 at the moment. Normally I could get about 40-50, but I can imagine that the way I've set something up right now, because I have got my brother's Oculus Rift set up for the Derail Valley videos I'm doing at the moment, so presumably having the Intel graphics enabled at the moment is playing some games with X-Plane, causing that to hit. At some point I'll try and balance out the Oculus and this, but we'll see how that goes. Have I flown through Manchester Airport? I've done it in simulator, I've not done it in real life, no. I'm based down in London, so I've been to all of the London airports, and that's about it really. I've never really been to an airport outside of London. And then again, if you're counting Inverness as Scotland, which is then part of the UK, then that's a whole different story. I've never really been through an airport that I particularly don't like, not gonna lie. I'd say the airport I've probably enjoyed the least, if I had to say, would be Biarritz in France. I mean, it's an easy layout. Getting from the airport to the aircraft and all that, it's nice and simple. The only thing that it really lacks in are services and things available. So it's got one cafe, which is closed most of the time. It's got a few benches, but that's about it. Biarritz not a bad airport, it just needs a little bit more in it to make it a bit more active. We have got these. I don't know actually, I don't think we do. I think VTIN's currently off. Alright, snacks and drink service starting. We are soon crossing into Swedish airspace. So we'll soon be saying goodbye to the Drawyah Finn. And as I do like Finnish culture, Finnish people. It's a very, very simple lifestyle. As a Finnish male, you only want two things. Lots of land, peace and quiet. Actually, three things. Lots of land, peace and quiet, and a boat. That's all the thing a Finnish man strives for. A Finnish lady, have you ever heard of the Finnish wife carrying contest? That's an interesting one. So basically, you're a Finn, you get married, you then have a race of all your other husbands and wives. So the man picks up the wife, puts her on their back, and run through a Tough Mudder course. Person to do it in the quickest time gets your wife's weight in beer, which is just how Finnish can you get? What's the most expensive plane you have in X-Plane? Probably going to be the in X-Plane. Okay, I was going to say probably the PMDG 737, but that was P3D. Probably the Tolus 19 and 21. Because I know the Magnite's cheaper than that. Yeah, probably the two Toluses. ATC. Contact Sweden on 118. Hang on. Correction, 128.055 for Nordtrans 370. Hivan Kitos. Right, 128055. Alright, let's now tune on to center, which we have. Good afternoon, Sweden Control. This is Nordtrans 370 at 360.
Nordtrans 370 Sweden, radar contact, fly direct invol.
Fly direct invol for Nordtrans 370. Says we've got insufficient fuel, but I know that's not the case. We have plenty on board. Haven't you finished the center tanks yet, actually, so it's more reason to say that we have got plenty on board. As soon as we finish the center tank, tanks 1 and 2, gives us a good 2-3 hours of range without any problems. We're at cruise at the moment. It's fairly quiet up here. Made some background sound in of the aircraft. But yeah, it's very quiet up here. Not really too much going on at the moment. Right now, we are over water. Although we'll soon be crossing the airspace and water space, whatever, into Sweden. And we'll be flying over Stockholm in about 20-30 minutes. So ETA right now is 14:54 Zulu. It's currently 13:03 Zulu. In the UK right now it's 14:03, but yeah, it means we've got about an hour and 54 minutes until landing, which probably, given our approach into Gatwick, is pretty accurate. We're going to fly straight in for the most part. But it ultimately comes down to what kind of approach we get ourselves onto. Also, runway as well. If we end up on 08, then it means it'll take a long way around instead. I mean, passengers should be pretty satisfied at the moment. We can just confirm that.
Sweden Control, good day. Canadian 9 Papa Romeo, flight level 320.
Very satisfied, 100%.
Canadian
Yeah,
9
very
Papa
often.
Romeo, Sweden, hello, radar contact.
Yeah, overall, I think everyone's pretty good.
Continue direct Tabut, and the wind is
Right now.
currently 100 degrees 7 knots. Would you like 19er or 01 for landing?
Sure, just have a look outside the window and cabin. We are over the water, as I say, so don't expect it to be too much, just blue.
9 Papa Romeo will take 19er.
Canadian 9 Papa Romeo, Roger, direct Tabut, expect vector as ILS 19er.
Direct Tabut, we respect the vector for ILS
Let me see,
19er.
do I have any of the
Canadian 9
photos
Papa.
I took when I flew from Finland last time on this flight? Because as I say, I have flown Norwegian from Helsinki to Gatwick before. So let me open up my photo album. Let's have a look if I've still got the photos on here. July 2018. That's 2 years ago already. Wow. What's the thing I use for passenger? So while that photo loads, I use PAX. It's an add-on by TFDI Design, and essentially it simulates the passengers on board your aircraft. So at the start of the stream, if you go back, you can see me setting up so you can select the aircraft type, the airline, the passenger number and all that. I wish I could find the overlay, because it's a new feature, but I can't find it where you activate it. But yeah, it's a passenger simulation add-on, and essentially you can light up your passengers, see how they work. I've got no awards at the moment, but I can view my records of previous flights. So, for example, we have this one in the Sukhoi Superjets. Satisfied overall, it's a pretty good flight out. Comments and passengers on board. For example, let's look at this Norwegian we did last time. So that was from Stockholm to Helsinki. That was a very poor flight for passengers. Extreme flight conditions, unexpected delay. I think it was actually quite stormy when we did it. It was in September, yeah. So the weather wasn't too great on this day. And yeah, they were not too keen. But overall, it's a nice add-on. It's called PAX. It's by TFDI Design. Same people as Smart Cars, same people as the upcoming MD-11, as well as the 717. Yes, you have to pay for it. It costs about $30. Right, photos. Let's have a look. That's Helsinki. That's Lapin-Ranta. I do apologise for the background noise. That motorbike is coming back and forth all day today. Don't know why. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that is it, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look. So this is from when I flew the Norwegian last time. This is when I flew back in July 2018. So this is boarding the aircraft at Helsinki. This is the tail code, Echo India Foxtrot Juliet Kilo, which is this aeroplane I'm on right now. FJK. What else have we got? We've got boarding. That's inside the cabin. So you can see, we haven't really got in-flight entertainment, but we have got these screens at the top there which play movies and children's cartoons. That's push back. That's taking off. Just looking down at the Takeoff area, which is a major junction outside of the airport, which is just there. Can you send a link to that? Sure, I can drop you a link to PAX. 20 minutes are they? Okay, I'll be sure to
Stockholm
watch
Control,
that.
Scandinavian 2646, request descent.
Yep, we had in-flight Wi-Fi. First time I've been on a plane with that.
2646, descent, flight level 110.
It was a good flight overall.
East
Not a problem.
level
Norwegian. The
110,
free Wi-Fi does
Scandinavian
make a
2646.
nice change. So you can see they've got some children's cartoon at the top there. Some like box making program, making animals out of boxes. It was pretty interesting. I mean, it's not like I could do much else when I was in the aeroplane. That's Amsterdam we're flying over a second ago. This is the descent into Gatwick. This was landing. Quite a hefty landing. That's ground at Gatwick. You can see a McDonnell Douglas over there. Never saw that in the UK before. At least not up so close. There we got at gates. That's the plane landing, and there we go. My emergency passport, having lost my passport. Lost my passport in Helsinki a couple of days prior. I did a whole vlog on that if you're interested. Alright, let me have a look at the International Space Station, since I'm going to stream as well as watch that at the same time.
Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo ready for descent.
Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo, descent, flight level 190.
Swinging flight level 190, Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo.
So, how far are we now from Stockholm? We're almost there. We should be able to spot it from here because it is quite a... Well, it is a large city. It's the capital of the whole country, but yeah, we'll be able to spot that from outside the window, much of a problem. Yeah, we'll leave that on its main menu. Stockholm I've been to. I went there in November. What year? November 2018 I flew to Stockholm. Flew with Ryanair to... that's Oslo. I flew to Nyköping with Ryanair and then took a train from Nyköping to the city. Yeah, Stockholm's a nice enough place. Didn't really connect with it, but I'll definitely have to return there at some point, given that, well, Stockholm was my first proper trip away, or like a weekend's trip on my own. Make sure the centre fuel tank's about to empty now. Yeah, first trip I did on my own proper weekend away was to Stockholm. Did it the first time. I was kind of learning my way around. I definitely will do a return trip there at some point, to kind of see it all again properly. Yeah, we'll turn off the centre fuel pumps because it's not really going to take any of that excess at the moment, won't it? Oh yeah, and also thank you for following as well, Caspar. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. So, we are now flying over Stockholm. There's the city down below. I wonder. There we go. We can zoom in and get a proper up close view of the area. Yeah, it was a more than fair area, Stockholm. I'll be back again for more. I think my next trip, though, has been decided. As soon as things open up again, we'll probably go visit Dublin. I've not been to the Republic of Ireland before, so definitely have to check that out. Nose Kevin, take care, see you again soon. 10 minutes till docking, thank you very much Dark Laser. Something's playing havoc on my frames at the moment, I don't know what it is. I think I can imagine what it is, but maybe I'll try and kill something else, try and salvage a little bit. Go to Jersey. Problem with Jersey is that it's not exactly the cheapest place to visit. These flights to the island aren't so cheap, and just getting there. Try and keep the costs down some of these early trips, especially given that a lot of it won't really be fully active. I mean, tourism's taken a massive hit since the start of the COVID-19 situation, so I'd certainly like to see things pick up quickly. I want to be a pilot and go to space. I mean, well, yeah, first of all, becoming a pilot ain't exactly cheap in its own part. Going to space, well, if you're going as a tourist, SpaceX offer flights for about $2.3 million. Alternatively, you can join the US Air Force, climb up all the ranks, and eventually make it as a astronaut through that way. K10 off center tanks. Yes, I have done. I'll just need to try and drain the last 40 tons of that fuel. Not tons, sorry. 40. It's just kilos, isn't it? It isn't really. Hang on. Times 100, is it? Doesn't say, but presumably times 100. Runway turn-offs. Oh, okay. Cheers for that. I did not realise the runway turn-off lights were still on. That's not a good thing to leave running. I've been airborne for 36 minutes now. Yeah, that I'd say is fairly accurate. Turbines get across countering for right now.
Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo, continue to descend flight level 100.
Wing lights and logo lights are supposed to be off at this point. I mean, logo lights, since the sun is still up, you don't require them, and also above 10,000 feet, you are supposed to turn them off as well. As for wing lights you only turn on for maintenance purposes, at least in European regulation. They only come on for maintenance, you don't turn them on for flights. Aircraft's definitely jumping a little bit in turbulence right now. Let me just quickly turn off my webcam. I think that's the one that's causing the big problem for me at the moment. If I deactivate that, frames do pick up a little bit, yeah. Okay, so we have to turn off the webcam for this one. But I'll mess around with it again to turn it back on later. I thought they were on. Right. Let's turn on the seatbelt sign, just because of this turbulence at the moment. You get cabin altitude warnings in Zibo at 30,000. Bleeds are on, you check cabin pressure, all good. I did set your cruising altitude on your overheads. So we're at 36,000 right now, and this is how it's supposed to look. So reciprocating fans to automatic, pack set to automatic, isolation valve is open, engine bleeds are on, APU bleed is off, altitude set, alternative set to auto. So as long as you've got that set up as it should be, then I'm not sure why you keep having your altitude issues, I'm afraid. Let's have a quick look at SpaceX, see if that's any closer. They are getting there. Definitely getting there. Definitely a little bit of a bump strip over Sweden. Once we're over the water again, things should calm down once more. Let's have a quick look at the routes. We don't really touch Norway. We kind of start heading south from this point on. Make our way towards the United Kingdom. I mean, Gatwick as an airport is also south of the capital as well. Just outside of Reigate. It's in the south of England, so altitude wise, or sorry, longitude wise, we are fairly south of this area. Yeah, very stable at the moment. I think this flight's going to be a very strong one. Landing is where things are going to probably start bumping up again. But right now, seems to be doing alright.
Ryanair 112, you leave airspace 8C service terminated, 122.8, have a good day.
122.8, thank you, Ryanair 112.
Scandinavian 9er Papa Romeo, there's no reported traffic in uncontrolled airspace. Do you accept descent through uncontrolled airspace?
Yeah, that's no problem for us. 9 Papa Romeo.
Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo, continue to descend, altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1031.
Yeah, that seems better.
Descend through 5,000 feet, QNH 1031, Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo.
Scandinavian 2646, contact Stockholm Control, frequency 123.755.
Welcome Elias, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat.
Contact Stockholm Control, 123.755. Thanks for service. Bye-bye. Scandinavian 2646.
Thanks, bye.
Alright, looks like the turbulence calms down now, so we turn off the seatbelt sign. We should now be able to bring this all back to normal. Passengers are free to roam around the cabin once again. As I say, it did get a little bit bumpy for us earlier on, but that seems to have changed now.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. We now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when needed in case of unexpected turbulence.
Yeah, since we're flying Norwegian, the nose is red rather than white. So if you fly on a Norwegian Air International flight, so that'll be the 787 fleet, then the port sign is red nose for that very reason. 7 minutes to docking, sounds good. Flight from UK to Helsinki. Other way around, going from Helsinki to the UK. Flew out of Vantaa, now heading to Gatwick. The winds are on our sides, 23 knots pushing forwards, 22 knots. And to be fair, 22 knots at this altitude, that's fantastic for winds. It basically means that there's no air blowing at all whatsoever. Minus 31 degrees Celsius outside, so it's cold, but Nordic gets like negative 40, negative 50, so yeah, pretty good for temperature right now.
Continue present heading.
Yes, I had a few issues with the stream, so we had to cut that one off early, but this time there seems to be no issues, and so we're going to proceed with the rest of the flight. Welcome Abdi, welcome to channel, welcome to chat, how are you doing?
Sweden Control, good afternoon, the Lima November Mike Charlie Bravo Diamond DV20 just west of Salem Airport, 3,000 feet.
Who's that? DC-20? I've done that one before.
Lima November Mike Charlie Bravo, I do not find you on the street. Which airport were you close to?
Salem, Scandinavian Mountains, Lima November Mike Charlie Bravo.
Ah, Lima Charlie Bravo, there you are. Radar
You
correction.
want to call on Insta? I thought you wanted to drop an email for your thing. If we do it, it'll be after the stream ends, so I'll email you the link to the add-on as well as the livery. Don't think you wanted to call.
Sweden Control Finnair 225, hello, flight level 260, inbound Xilan and ready to descend.
Finnair 225, Sweden Control, hello, radar contact, descend, flight level 120.
Flight level 120, Finnair 225.
Finnish ATC member. We did have Helsinki control.
Finnair 225, cleared Xilan for Mike
yeah, we did have Helsinki
runway
control,
01
but
left.
we are now over Sweden, so
for
this is
Mike
Stockholm
arrival
Centre.
and runway 01 left, Finnair 225.
Sweden Control Lima Charlie Bravo, inbound Salem for a touch and go, request traffic information.
Yeah, let me
Lima
choose
Charlie
webcam, it's
Bravo,
causing
radar
more problems
contact,
for me
there's
today than
no
it should be.
traffic reported in the vicinity of Salem. And just for information, it has not been updated in the sector file, so I can't see the airport.
Okay, thank you, Lima Charlie Bravo.
You're at AVO at Gatwick, okay. I mean, I've still got another hour and a half before we get close to there, so could be a little while until I arrive. Tiny bit of turbulence, but nothing too major. You're planning on using that space thing. I'm now on IVAO. I've left that sim. I now use IVAO for ATC flights. I mean, I recommend that sim, absolutely, but unfortunately a few issues have come up with them, and so I am no longer a member. It's a shame, but Such is life.
Scandinavian 9er Papa Romeo, turn right heading 270 degrees, descent to altitude 2,500 feet.
Your controller, okay.
Right heading 270, descent 2,500 feet, Scandinavian 9 Papa.
Scandinavian 9er Papa Romeo's disregard. Lima Charlie Bravo, which waypoint are you approaching? Kroken or Elvänge?
I'm going to enter the CTR via Elvänge, Lima Charlie Bravo.
Thank you.
And after touch and go, I will vacate via Valbrandam.
Thank you. And Lima Charlie Bravo, latest weather report at 1320 Zulu, winds 130 degrees, 8 knots, variable between 090 and 160, visibility more than 10 kilometers, no significant clouds. Correction, no clouds detected. Temperature 2.4 and QNH is unknown.
Oh, okay, copy that, thank you very
What
much.
kind of train do you need to pass? So, with that sim...
Lima Charlie Bravo, you're clear to enter the control zone via Elvänge.
to be fair, I probably am the wrong person to give you this information because I don't really know it myself, but
runway
with that sim,
15.
through their ATC sites, you go join like a member area, then you go through all the different levels, and then they give you like a few tests as well. So some with a training server, some with an active server, and they tell you essentially what you need to be doing at each level. With IVAO, there are some frequencies that you don't require any training, so smaller airports you can take control of, airspaces that no one really flies through you can take control of, but in order to become certain roles such as centre or tower, like for bigger airports, so like London Heathrow, Helsinki, Madrid, so like all the bigger airports, JFK for example, then you do need to go through set training as well, but that's different per area, and I'm afraid I can't really give you the best information for that.
Southern Control, good evening, Juliet Foxtrot 354 with you. Descend and passing 330.
Juliet Foxtrot 354, Sweden, hello, radar contact, clear direct Tidvu.
I thought you said you'd wait for me, yeah, I mean, you're a real-world pilot, so you know all the phrases and the way to say it. Yeah, you'll be fine, man. You'll be absolutely fine.
Finnair 225, contact Stockholm 123.755, good day.
Stockholm on 123755.
A lot of it is based on real-world ATC procedures, so as long as you understand ATC procedure, you'll be fine.
Juliet Foxtrot 354, which runway have you planned for landing at Copenhagen?
Expecting runway 04 left.
Thank you. Juliet Foxtrot 354, you cleared for the Tidvu, 1 Mike arrival, runway 04 left.
Tidvu 1 Mike arrival 04 left 354.
Yeah, you can see the yoke there actually taking control of the turbines at the moment. There is a fair bit of winds going around, but the aircraft has managed it to a point where there's no really tunnel seatbelt signs just yet. We'll bring everyone back to their seats. Small bit of yawing, but nothing major. No worries, man. Talk to you later.
Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo, established ILS 19er.
Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo, wind 090 degrees, 8 knots, runway 19er, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 19er, Scandinavian 9 Papa Romeo.
Looks like SpaceX only moments away from touching down now. Docking up with the International Space Station. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect, the ATC on these networks. But for the most part, as long as you understand the basic message, no one's going to shoot you for it.
Простите, электро GeForce GTX.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, with that Sim 9 VAO, it's just entertainment at the end of the day. It's more meant to be for fun. I mean, I've flown microlights in the past. I've done gliders as well. Speaking of which, I actually release this glider video edited soon. It's like half done, but I need to just finish it. But yeah. I've done gliding, I've done flights, so I understand how ATC works as well, on a smaller level than you do, but as long as they follow the basic structure, then for the most part they seem to be doing alright. So we're now a third of the way into this flight. In fact, just over that, I'd say. ETA set for 3 o'clock Zulu, 4 o'clock UK time. What time did I initially say we're going to land? I think it was like 10 past? Or are we horribly late at the moment? I'm not too sure.
Sweden Control, Lima Charlie Bravo, over at Elvinga.
Oh yeah, we're not scheduled to land until
final, runway 15.
1640 Zulu.
40 final, 15, Lima Charlie Bravo.
1640, really?
Sweden Control, good afternoon, Williams 1 Whiskey Tango.
I need to check the
Rail wings, 1 Whiskey Tango, Sweden Control, hello, radar contact, fly direct depth, so expect runway 01.
Oh, okay, that explains that. I actually flew off an hour. I departed about an hour earlier than I should have been.
Fly direct
Okay, well, ignore it anyway. As long as we got the flight going, that's important. But I actually had my flight set for another hour away, not no, we should have started stream like we should have just departed 7 minutes ago. Oh well, no one's gonna shoot me for being early.
Scandinavian 9er Papa Romeo, welcome to Örebro. Backtrack, vacate via Alpha to April.
9er Papa Romeo having some problems getting up the runway here. Any traffic inbound?
Not for the next half hour.
We'll tell you when we're able to roll off.
Roger.
Alright, someone's having problems getting off the runway at Stockholm at the moment. Whoops! Can't imagine that's a very common occurrence, actually. Planes stuck in the mud or something. Or my guess, they might have just accidentally pressed the parking brake. So I've done it a few times where you hit the brakes, and the way the control system works is that sometimes if you press it without holding it, then automatically the brakes just lock. So that, I'd say, is probably what they've done. Cruising's going smooth. Still at 36,000, 360. Turbulence still giving the aircraft a little bit of a battering, but for the most part it is holding it nicely. Ground speeds currently
Lima Charlie Bravo, wind
419 knots.
degrees, 9er knots, runway 15, clear, touch and go.
It's a gusting wind, so you can see where the altitude or the airspeed's jumping around a tiny little
Lima
bit.
Charlie Bravo, I would guess the QNH is around 1031, that's the closest airport I can find, but I guess due to Corona it's not reported an open airport.
Whoops.
Okay, so that's fine. I already had QH 1021 from Gardermoen, so I guess it will be not much different. But thank you anyway, Lima Charlie Bravo.
Oh, I love air traffic control. Let's have a look. I don't think we have got Gardermoen approach,
Juliet Foxtrot 354,
but we will be on Unicom as soon as we leave Sweden.
Correction, flight level 100.
100, 354.
Heading control has to stay running 900 we are descending flight level 3000 feet from flight level 240.
Runner 9er Delta Juliet Sweden, radar contact, continue descend flight level 100, Tidvu 1 Mike arrival 04 left.
Runway 900 Juliet, descending flight level 100 and runway 04 left, and could you please again arrival?
Runner 9er Delta Juliet, yeah, it's Tidvu 1 Mike.
Runway 900 Juliet, Tidvu 1 Mike, arrival, thank you.
Runner 9er Delta Juliet, you can fly direct retro, Romeo Echo Papa Romeo Oscar.
Runway 900 Juliet, proceed direct to Romeo Echo Papa Romeo Oscar.
Yeah, we'll be at our midpoint in a fair few minutes. I presume a lot of people have disappeared now since the SpaceX ship is moments away from docking.
Sweden control Ravens 1 Whiskey Tango request descent.
Real Wings 1 Whiskey Tango, descend, flight level 150.
Descent flight level 150, Real Wings 1 Whiskey Tango.
Juliet Foxtrot 354, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1027.
5,000 feet, 1027, 354.
Cool. So we're now about to leave Sweden control. And very shortly, we'll be on our own now. There's nothing between us and London. I'm told there is a Gatwick control on, but I'm not sure if they are
Lima Charlie Bravo,
actually on or not.
leave the control zone southeast bound. And would you like to climb?
I can remain at 3,000 feet, and I'm almost over at Valbandam, and leaving city southeast bound. Lima Charlie Bravo.
Lima Charlie Bravo, you cleared into Sälen TMA 5,000 feet or below.
Sälen TMA 5,000 feet or below. Lima Charlie Bravo.
Nortrans 370, you leave airspace 8C, service terminated 122.8. Have a good evening.
Is that for me? Nortrans 370, 128 for Unicom, thank you very much. Okay, that was for me. Yeah, 128, we're now on Unicom.
Control, Scandinavian 9 up 513, with you, flight level 21.
And so, it's now just silence the rest of the way. I wouldn't mind the controller coming on, because they are always good to talk to, and has a bit more kind of chatter in the background. Otherwise, it's a very quiet period. But then again, as more people start to join IVAO, and more people start to take the network to its full potential, I'm sure we will start to see a lot more controls in the area as well. I mean, I remember 2-3 years ago, it was a very bland network. Very few pilots, not really much going on. But since the introduction of the new Attitude client and a lot of changes going on between the two major online networks, it's a lot more diverse. Also, we got Postcon coming up at some point, so it'll be interesting to see how that one will get put together. See where it fits in the whole scheme of flight sims. Right, so as it stands, we are now over north of Denmark. The clouds have started to pick up a little bit as well. There's actually quite a fair few high altitude clouds as well, but nothing stratospheric. So far so good. And the winds on the other hand, not so good. 29 knots starting to head towards us. It does mean that our airspeed will slow down a slight bit. Not by much, but we will start losing a fair few minutes as the flight goes on. But as I say, it's mostly just standardised stuff at the moment. Not much we can really do until we get to top of descent. We are hitting the midpoint about now, this flight. There we go, right hand turn. We've been in the air for 1 hour and 13 minutes. With a flight time about 1 hour 33. Block time 3 hours 10. To be fair, I don't really mind these longer flights. It's kind of just filling the time, finding things really to talk about. When I flew the aircraft not last year, it was the year before now, but when I flew the aircraft the year before, I may just entertain myself with free Wi-Fi, search and stuff online, reply to a few comments and whatnot. I mean, there was definitely a novelty of, oh look, I'm on an aeroplane, let's have a chat with some other aeroplane people. But when you're on the front, slightly different stories. You're now trying to make sure that all the systems keep straight. I mean, yeah, there's a tiny bit of turbulence still going on, but that for the most part has kind of dissipated, so really is just nothing between us and arrival. So, we're about halfway through our crossing of the Kingdom of Denmark. Let's have a look at the traffic in and out of Gatwick. How is that looking at the moment? Push over to radar modes, and then scoot over to the south of London. Also, let's drag it onto the screen so you guys can see it as well once it loads. I want, where is it? Pax. So, we are looking at just IVAO traffic for now. We'll get rid of the Project Fly ones. It's fairly quiet. I think a lot of the traffic was in around Scandinavia and the Nordic nations. Finland's completely quietened up. Helsinki was quite busy earlier on. Quite a few aircraft heading into St. Petersburg at this point. Stockholm is looking very packed. So yeah, Arlanda's got plenty of traffic going on at the moment. So yeah, Stockholm's fairly full. We are over here. That's our aircraft from Helsinki to London Gatwick. 1 hour and 9 minutes ETA. The project's fly screen will also concur with that number. And as I say, the more important info is what does Gatwick look like. There's a couple of aircraft in the area. Got one on the ground. Not sure who that is. Kilo Alpha... Sorry, Quebec Alpha Kilo. Is that Qatar maybe? 622, I'm not too sure. We've got this aircraft coming in to Gatwick. You're flying in from Jersey. So you are at Gatwick at the moment. So you landed in though from this side. So our approach could take us the long way around if need be. So you're at Biggin Hill actually. You've just departed Heathrow for Nice in the A321. And then Heathrow is fairly quiet as well. Who are you? You're going to Rome. And you're going to Istanbul. If we had VATSIM, I believe VATSIM's a little bit busy in this region. But I say, I had a few issues with them. And well, I say, I didn't really have an issue with VATSIM. But I never really got a chance to kind of contact them and figure out what had gone wrong. So yeah, it's a lot busier the airspace in this area, but that unfortunately we don't get to really play around with. Hopefully I'll be back with them at some point, but as it stands, not looking too likely. We'll see if Postcon can make a change as well with balance. But IVAO is perfectly alright. Denmark, I've been there once. We're going to talk about real world trips again. I've been to Denmark once. Didn't spend the longest time there, because I mainly went to catch a train, basically. Catch the train from Denmark to Hamburg, which at the time used to board a boat. Train would enter the boat, cross the sea, and then continue on in Germany. So it's definitely an experience being on a train while it drives onto a boat on the train tracks. But that service has since been discontinued. The train now takes a different route to Hamburg, one that only stays on land. In a couple of years, a tunnel will open up between the Danish and German coasts, and then they'll have a direct route again, crossing through two cities. But it wasn't a bad journey. It's like 4.5 hours on a train. Flew into Copenhagen, and then left through I left through Hamburg. And also got a chance to visit Miniature Wonderland, which is a very nice area. I do like little little model villages and model railways and all that, so Miniature Wonderland was a fantastic place to visit. As much as I'd like to create my own set, space is a bit limiting, so I've got two locomotives. I've got a Hitachi Class 800 Southeastern, and also I've got the Finnish VR SR2. Both trains don't get too much action though, until I maybe eventually build something. Welcome Kamlesh, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, how you doing? Yeah, next waypoint we're flying through is Ram. So got a little bit to go until top of descents. In fact, yeah, Snog's the last waypoint, because I am still having issues with the with the flight plan. Last waypoint that exists for me. Yes, Norwegian air shuttles, but not runs. I'm afraid I don't get that one. Oh, Nortrans, yes. Nortrans, spelled Nortrans, not Nortrans like that. Nortrans, capital T, get rid of the D. So we're flying Nortrans 370 from Helsinki-Vantaa Lentoasema to London Gatwick Airports. If you go back to the start of the stream, actually, if you go back on the VOD, you can watch the start of it where we were in active contact with both Sweden Centre and Helsinki Control. So we did have some active control tower today. Now on the latter stages where things are a little bit quiet. Yes, Nortrans. Although I don't think it's Norshot anymore, I believe that's now known as Red Nose. Nortrans and Red Nose. Yeah, I'm currently having a look at my flight map, places where I've been to in the real world. I've done a fair bit of travelling in recent years, but I don't know. Looks like things may soon come to a halt. Well, they had come to a halt. It's now just a case of when do we start again? How many flights have I done by year? So, 2018, I took a total of 6 flights. 2019, I took 18 flights. 2020, I took 11 flights. But unfortunately, yeah, I was hoping to try and beat my 18 of last year. We are on 11, which was all done by March. So I'd already done a fair bit, actually. In the month of January alone, I took 7 of them. That's the flights. That's about 2 flights a week at that point. It's crazy. Don't know why I went like that. But, yeah, I did 11 so far. I should have done 2 in... No, I should have done 4 in April. And 2 in May. So that put me on 17, 1 away from beating my last year record, but unfortunately my flights to Mallorca were cancelled, my flights to Dusseldorf were cancelled, and my flights to New York were cancelled. And if I did go to New York, I almost certainly would have spent a day trip to another city as well, like Boston or something. But like everything else, that was very quickly cancelled. It's a shame, but it is what it is. Next year I may try again. But I do like to travel. Getting quiet? What do you mean by that? So far so good. Systems are still on our side. Look to the map. We are now leaving the Kingdom of Denmark and will soon be over to the English Channel. Well, it's the North Sea, but we'll be in Channel. Yeah, chat fluctuates. Sometimes it can be quite busy, sometimes it can be very quiet. So, now on our final sea crossing of the flights. We're almost back in the UK. And then from there, not sure, with the Norwegian airline, I think I'll maybe fly to Stockholm or even Oslo next. Saw one on Sukhoi, it was pretty busy. I think with the Sukhoi, because it was a different kind of aircraft, I think people were quite interested in that. I mean, how often do you see a live stream with the Sukhoi Superjets? Not very is the answer, so yeah, some streams will do rather well, some streams not so. It may come down to what aircraft you're flying, what routes you're doing, and how much interest you get from the relative general public. Right, while we're here, let's have a look at charts for Gatwick. Let's see what we can try and do. I believe the runway in use will be 08 right. I'll confirm that with the METAR as well as the potential for other ATC. Stockholm, nope. Stockholm Centre, we're not contacting. Yeah, there's no stations, so presumably... 06, yeah, so it'll be 08 right we're landing on today. As for the star, since we don't really have one that comes from Sonog, let's have a look. What comes from the east? Just to the CTP, it was epic. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Do we have a timber approach? We do. We haven't got a fox shop, but we have got a golf. I think one golf may work for us. Where's two golf end up from? No, but one golf may do it. Via none of these. How does that look? 137 miles. But given that Sonic is a fair bit away from Gatwick, that makes sense. So go to Sonog, cut to Tel2. Ooh, hang on. If we then maybe the directs to Timber. And from Timber, we do... where's Sonog? There. So step to Timber, and then onto the approach. That may do it. We'll double check if there is a alternative available. What are you? No, that's a Willow, it's wrong. Because basically I need to try and get from the east and cut across the airports away from active stations. Ooh, that's the departure, isn't it? No. That's a SID, that's not going to work for us. Okay, so we'll accept that as our approach into Gatwick. Currently on IVAO. We're flying IVAO, but as it stands, there's no active controller at the moment. Just flying on Unicom for the time being, and it looks like we'll be on Unicom up until we land. There's literally no controller every time you watch your streams, because that sim's always nice and busy in the UK. We did have controller over in Helsinki. We also had Sweden control active. The problem is with with that sim, like I said, I've had a few things with them at the moment. So unless one of the admin team can try and contact me to sort whatever's going on out, that sim's not a viable option for me anymore. So yes. We're not going to have to just hope that someone comes on, but like I say, at the start of the flight, we did have active controller in Helsinki. We also had an active controller in Stockholm. Traffic MD82 currently flying into Amsterdam. Okay. Right, well, I might as well open up the auto unicom and let's set this up for values as well. Start will be via the bulletin, but Telts 1 Golf. Runway is 08 right. Inbound from the east. Yeah, I'm doing alright. It's been a pretty average Sunday so far. Did my morning go out exercise. I've done doing a stream right now. This evening, probably record a few more videos. No, for some reason, having the face cam on today just caused horrible lag. So I have been changing a lot of the system around, like plugging and moving stuff around. So I'm gonna have to mess around with it a bit more. My guess, because I have got my brother's Oculus Rift right now, and that's all been set up. In order to get both monitors working, I had to turn on the motherboard GPU, which does affect system speed, so presumably it's down to that. Once I've finished with it, I've recorded enough videos and whatnot, then I'm sure we'll be back to normal in no time. But yeah, this weekend, unlikely. My live stream on Wednesday, I should be able to have it. And then next Saturday, Sunday, we'll be back to normal again. So I have also got a new SSD installed into the computer, so I'll migrate XP11 over to that at some point soon. Hopefully things will be a little bit quicker going forwards. Because at the moment I've got XP11 kind of half on SSD, half not. It's a bit of a funky FMC. I have got the FPS add-on you're referring to. I have got 3J FPS. I mean, I set it to max FPS, but if I was turn on the webcam again, you'll be able to see that it drops down by about 10-15, which is a bit crazy for what it is. So I'll turn that on again. Just give that a second to align itself. There we go. The background's being really funky today, isn't it? Oh, right, my light's off. Can't adjust that. Yeah, so now down to 25 frames. And I'm sure as time goes on, it will start to mess us around again a bit. So I'm not sure why my background is really messy now. Main lights on. Actually, it seems like it's... Because if you hit 20 and below, then there's really no point to flying X-Plane. Because, essentially, you fly at 20... you start having slowdown. In fact, it's acting a lot better now than it was earlier, so potentially combined with my scenery package it could have just kind of messed around with that as well, but no, that is looking a lot more stable. I think I'll leave the webcam on for the time being, but if it starts to drop again, then I know that the webcam is one of the effects. Also, yeah, my shelf is appearing in the background. Let me just try and adjust the webcam position. There we go. Yeah, much better. Direct SSD gaming option. Problem with that is then the sim starts looking horrible. With the current setting, because with X-Plane, if you want contrails to appear, or the engine burn, all that kind of stuff to appear, then you need to set your slider to the like advanced or medium high, or whatever. But normally, like I say, my current setup is fine. My only suggestion would be then to turn off the motherboard HDMI ports and GPU, which is probably what's causing this at the moment. But yeah, as soon as I mess around with it a bit more, and we get a HDMI splitter in the back of my 1660, and things should work what it used to, back to normal. In fact, when the stream ends, I'll probably start messing around with the settings just a tad bit more. Kind of just find the right balance for it all. It works in my head, it's now just kind of getting it into practice that we need to know. Oh, and how's the SpaceX launch doing? Have they connected yet? I think they have. Maybe not yet. Ooh, hang on. Has it docked? Yep, they have just docked. That was a fascinating stream, that. Very enjoyable. Last night I spotted the International Space Station from my house, so if you're on Instagram, you can check out my stories on that. I do mark it as the SpaceX things, but as I've been told by a couple of people who live locally, that was probably not the correct bit of info. Yeah, they docked just moments ago. Very good indeed. SpaceX is live right now, but they have docked, and so they'll be ending stream in just a couple of moments. Link in chat, sure. go. So far so good. Yeah, it's like I say, at the end of the stream I'll probably mess around with my system a little bit and just trying to figure out what causes the mass slowdown. It's a really big cloud we're about to fly into. Surrounds us, even at 36,000. We've got ceiling maybe 42, flight level 420. Figure out where I'll put this at some point. This little pin for the London Air Ambulance. I donate £5 a month to them. So we've got a fair few waypoints coming up now. That guides us through the Netherlands. I lied to you, sorry. That guides us down the English Channel and starts giving us an approach into Gatwick. We are currently over the North Sea, aligned with Newcastle. So we are fairly close now, not too long till landing. About 14 minutes according to that. We'll then fly south of the airports and kind of just loop around before coming in to land at runway 08. There's no approaches really from the northeast, so it's kind of the only option that we've got available for us coming from the southeast. It's not terrible, it doesn't have too much extra flights, and if you've already flown for like 4 hours, then what's an extra 10 minutes going to do to you? And yeah, got plenty of fuel on board, everything's going smoothly. Well, I said last time, I was sitting, whoops. Last time I flew this flight was in July 18, and I was actually in the very last row on this window seat. I built the tickets very last second actually, because as I say, I'd lost my passport, and so I got an emergency documentation and then needed to leave Finland within 3 days before the passport expired, and I'd go through the process again. So I looked online. I was expected to pay about 150 for a flight back, but Norwegian had a flight for £99 for the next day. So, absolutely bought that, and yeah, it all worked out for me in the end. So I was at the very back of the plane. Yes, kind of view I got, wasn't it? You can see the far right pylon. What is SpaceX exactly? Is it virtual actual? So SpaceX is a private space company owned by Elon Musk. So it's a real thing, it's not a virtual thing. They now work alongside NASA, and they bring astronauts to the International Space Station and back. So SpaceX were the first to do rockets that could land themselves, rather than what the original way was to launch them up, detach, and then parachute into the water. The SpaceX stuff they launch, and now they land themselves, so they have like GPS on them, which is pretty cool. If you ever find videos of the SpaceX stuff landing, that is a lot of fun to watch. So yeah, SpaceX stuff land on their own, and then the capsule connects up to the International Space Station, where astronauts then make their changes. So yesterday was the first time in like 20 years the US had launched astronauts from their own soil. During the time between their last launch and yesterday, most launches took place in Kazakhstan, since it's an open area, nothing going on, and the Russians are quite happy to provide technology to bring people back and forth from the International Space Station. So SpaceX launched yesterday, and in a couple of months we'll then see the Boeing Starliner go up as well. So that's a Boeing run project, which will be paired with the SpaceX rockets, and essentially gives America another foot into space travel again. And then it's all managed by NASA and SpaceX. So So the one that went yesterday was the Dragon capsule, built and designed by SpaceX, launched on a SpaceX rocket, and controlled ultimately by NASA to get the astronauts and crew into their station. And eventually, in a couple of years, SpaceX will open up commercial space travel. So if you have millions and millions of dollars, they can just book yourself a ticket to go out to space. Crazy. Not so far now to the top of descent. We'll soon be ready to bring the aircraft down. Looks like it's fairly cloudy up north, but by the time we get to London, it'll be back to normal. You can see how bright it is from the clouds, even the ones from the aircraft starting to fade away. Very bright indeed. Use that. EMBR, that's going to be Bornholm traffic at the moment. Keep an eye on Unicom for that. SpaceX is real, RIP, 6 minutes late. Yeah, landed a few minutes ago. How you doing, Nick? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Right, top of descent, now visible at 160 miles. Oops. Good to hear. No more earthquakes, I presume. No more shake-ups. Current goal on this channel. I mean, what is our subscribe count at the moment? 3,300 and something. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, maybe 5k subs, more viewers per video, because sometimes they can be quite low. I don't know. I don't really have goals for this channel. I've never really set them. Sort of my own entertainment at the end of the day. So we've set our approach up now to Gatwick. In fact, I say inbound from east, it's really from the northeast. So I'll change that for top of descent. There is one aircraft on the ground at Gatwick, but it looks like he's just landed, so he won't be causing any problem for us. No active controllers, no London Centre. There is Amsterdam approach. Golf Tango Tango. I'm not too sure where that is. It's 250 miles from us, so we're not going to speak to them, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not sure where is Golf Tango Tango. Let's have a look, shall we? That's the whole point of having this thing here, isn't it? EGTT. No matching airport, so it's just going to be a centre of some sorts. Let me refresh the information at Gatwick. Winds currently 13 knots, 080, so it'll be straight headwinds. Cavoc 23/06, so it's 23 degrees at the moment. 2.6, 1021. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty clear landing at the moment for us. In the sky for 1 hour and 54 minutes right now. Change that, or was that like that? I think I may have changed that myself actually. Yeah, Cav okay. Cav okay. Quick weather change there. To be fair, I mean, I could get active sky for X-Plane, but I'm quite happy with just the default weather setup. X-Plane's weather engine is really not that bad. It jumps a little bit when it's downloading data, but I've never had a massive problem with it. So, in a short bit, we'll start managing this aircraft for descent. We've got our chatter ready. We've announced our star, runway, and position. What is our altitude at Gatwick going to be? Down to 3,000 to be established onto the ILS. And there you go, my frame rate started dropping again, so I'm sure it's the webcam doing that. Just bright morning in the UK, isn't it? Well, it's currently coming up to 4 PM, so it's bright evening. Even the real world outside, it's clear skies, not a single cloud in the area, so yeah, this is fairly accurate for what I can see outside. Nice and clear. ETA 1508 Zulu. It's 30 minutes till touchdown. Only 30 more minutes to go. Top of descent is very close to us now. We are on top of that. We shouldn't be able to spot England actually as well from where we are. Presume there's no clouds at least. In terms of position, yeah. Actually, maybe once we go by Norwich, once we're over the east of England, then we'll be able to get a bit of a better view over the area. But right now, it's nice and simple. Chat wasn't he sending a message? Yes, I live in the UK. I live in London. How are we doing for fuel? Fuel's always important for these long flights. 2,300 in each tank. Yeah, we got more than enough. Just hit 2 hours now. 2 hours since takeoff. 2 hours 37 since the stream started. So we did depart a few minutes late. Probably for the last time. Let's actually haven't got our passengers. We were on 100% satisfaction earlier. We are now down to 93. So that's not bad actually for what it is. Passengers seem to be pretty alright with what they're expecting. They expect an arrival in 1 hour exactly, but that's pretty much including, yeah, that includes taxi time as well, and that's based on block time rather than their time. So passengers will say that we're on time. That's always important for us. As with the replay landing in taxi as well, for the most part the stream will last for at least another hour or so. Yeah, seems like it'll do alright. Shouldn't you always keep the heading bug match with it on that path? You have to in real life, do you? I've never noted that myself, not gonna lie. At least I've not heard of that being a regulation for. Then again, I'm not a real pilot, so I'm sure you've got a bit more inside information than me. Right, try and spot England. Too many clouds, we're not going to spot England. East Midlands runway is clear. So we are getting some control, we'll see some A to C now from the London area. Not regulation, just in case our nav doesn't want to listen to what you say. Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, top of the descent, we now start at Sonog. We are 20, 30, 43, plus 25, 60, 68 miles away from top of descent. No, I don't have a modern Norwegian airline. I've got Air Berlin. The only European airlines I've got up there are British Airways, Ryanair and Lauda. The rest of them are international. Actually, I've got an Aeroflot up there as well, on my shelf of models. Starting to drink some snacks out of this now. You're a little bit late for that, cabin crew. Check the program page, track miles, don't need to calculate.
Starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary snacks. Please look at
Is that
the
Mark?
complimentary.
It's that same motorbike again. Let's see, it keeps going back and forth on the road behind me. I do apologise for that. Let's have a look at this program page, or progress page even. It doesn't really give me top of the cents. Unless I'm looking at the wrong. Oh yeah, 2 top percent, 58 mile. Okay, 14:52 Zulu. It says so. 8 minutes. Interesting. Yeah, same motorbike. Keeps driving back and forth on the road behind me. And so yeah, it's kind of having to live with that, I'm afraid. Unless I close the window, but then the room starts overheating pretty badly. So it is what it is. This is the Zibo. Find the Zibo 737 today. Norwegian colours. PNDG only for P3 FSX, so fly and explain that the Zibo is the main option for us. We could fly the Fault as well, but not really one for that. Thank you for subscribing, TwitchyB. Much appreciated. Welcome to the channel if you haven't spoken already. How are you doing? Oh, preference. Probably the PMDG. Systems-wise, I do like how it all comes together. And the tablet on the PMDG, I do like as well. The FB for this ain't bad, but I don't know. The FB I just think is better on the P3D aircrafts. Right, in a short bit, 4 minutes, we'll now set our altitude for descents. Still finding a little bit of turbulence the aircraft, but handling it quite nicely. There's the coast of England over there, just looking at Norwich. Not far to go now, not at all. Try to subscribe on Twitch. Alright, so we need to reset that down now to 3000, which is what establishes onto the glide slope at Gatwick. There's no ATC, so I don't think we'll get it in steps. We'll just be giving it as time goes on. Also, as soon as we are there, so let's voice Unicom, sorry, let Unicom know that we are now descending. Oh, I don't think actually Twitchy was watching the stream, he's watching another video because he just commented. My out of bounds video. So as soon as we are descending, we'll announce it on Unicom, like I say. Airspace in Gatwick is fairly clear, no traffic on the way between us and them. So yeah, and let's say I'm expecting a nice and simple landing today. Also keeping an eye on the chat. A lot of this is over in continental Europe, nothing that concerns me just yet. Right, here we are. Ooh, open for service. We have got centre. So let's quickly reset this back to 30,000 or 36,000 and then we'll contact them. Right, we need to tune to them on. That's the tower as well. 132605. 132605. Let's say it's nice to get some actual chatter going on. Brings a bit of life to it.
76, Roger, thanks, understood.
Good afternoon.
London Control, good afternoon.
You can talk.
Swiss 05, passing mission.
London Control, good afternoon. Swiss 105 with you, Airbus 319er, flight level 380, inbound Sandy.
105, thank you, identified. Maintain level 380 and route direct Compton, Charlie, Papa Tank.
Wait for him to read back. If not, then we'll go
Direct Compton, can you repeat, Charlie?
Charlie Papa Tango.
Charlie Papa Tango, direct Swiss 105.
Good afternoon, London Centre. Nortrans 370 at 360, waypoint Somog, requesting descent instructions to Gatwick.
Nortrans 370 London, hello, it's the Tebra 1 Golf arrival, 8 right Gatwick, descend level 320.
Tails 1 Golf arrival for 08 right at Gatwick, descends to... please say descend altitude again, sorry, for Nortrans 370.
Level 320, crossing traffic below.
Down to 320 for Nortrans 370. Right.
Under control, November 1 kilo, request action.
901 kilos down.
French West 8, 930, ready to taxi.
Sometimes you
Turkish
need to force
36,
it.
onward ATC, continue on the Unicom 122.8, bye bye.
Entering Unicom 122.8, goodbye.
November 190 Romeo Kilo, you taxi to the hold, Juliet 1 via Lima, Quebec and Juliet. The QNH Gatwick 1021.
Lima, Juliet, and Quebec to hold Juliet 1, runway 08 right, QNH 1021, November 1 kilo.
French West 8, 930, ready to taxi in Manchester.
Last caller broken, say again, say the course.
French West 8, 930, Manchester, ready to taxi.
892 Victor, thanks, heard you there. Taxi to the hold Alpha 1 via November, Delta and Alpha. QNH at Manchester 1023.
November, Delta and Alpha 1023. French West 8, 930.
Nortrans 370, descend, flight level 200.
Flight level 200 for Nortrans 370.
Our departure will be in 2 minutes for France 10 Bravo Romeo.
Right, down to
10 Bravo
20,000
Romeo,
now.
Approaching flight level 300, Ryanair 8213.
8213, descend, maintain level 300 for Alpha, the descent in about 10 track miles.
Maintain flight level 300 at Ryanair 8213.
Easy 826, report established in the hold.
This is Easy 726, I think that was 4. I'm now in the hold, sir. It looks like Manchester's now got itself fixed. I can either take vectors or the procedure for the ILS.
Easy 726, thank you. On your next outbound leg, fly the downwind and we'll vect you back for the localizer.
Roger, I'll extend on the outbound, I'll extend downwind, Easy 726.
070 for Tim, that's quite a short area of descent there, I must say.
Air France 10 Bravo Romeo via Alpha 1, line up and wait, 5 left, report ready for departure.
Yes. Okay, line up and wait and call ready. Air France 10 Bravo Romeo.
Right, flew 285 now, flight level 285. We'll keep the speed brakes arms until we get to 20,000. Since we do need to really keep the speed down, given our current position and relatively close proximity now to Gatwick. We're not too far away, but still very high for where we are. Presumably when we loop around from the south, it means we get a bit more time to kind of manage that as well. But yeah, 26,000 passing through.
Ryanair 8213, descend, flight level 220.
There we go, just the lighting slightly in this room as well, so as to see me a bit better.
Ready for takeoff, Air France 10, Bravo Romeo.
10 Bravo Romeo, thank you, 5 left Manchester, you're cleared for takeoff, the wind's light and variable, 5 knots.
Cleared for takeoff, 5 left, Air France 10, Bravo Romeo.
Very strange. There you go. You can extend seat brakes.
And first 892 drops.
Can't on the tracks for some reason.
892, French post 892 Victor, thank you, behind the departing Airbus A320, line up and wait behind via Alpha 1.
Line up behind the Airbus A320 and waiting behind French post 892.
Very strange. Autopilot's functioning, it's just one or two things that don't seem like they're going to work properly. So get back on the L nav and V nav. Carry on as normal.
370, descend, flight level 100.
Descends to 100 for Nortrans 370. Descends to 10,000 feet.
United 2786, direct Evron, Echo Victor, Romeo, India, November.
United 2786, direct to Evron.
Want to control November 1 Romeo Kilo, reaching Juliet 1, 08 right, Gatwick, ready for departure.
19 Romeo Kilo, thank you, 08 right, Gatwick, cleared. Takeoff, winds 050 degrees, 10 knots, gusting 25.
Takeoff 08 right, November Romeo Kilo.
There we go, so you can now see the
NED 726 on the downwind, Southland.
Use M6, thank you, maintain that heading, you are 15 track miles for the final.
What do you maintain heading NED 726?
welcome over 380 Flying Games, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Of course, in descent right now, passing through 20,000 soon, be landing in Gatwick.
When ready, descend, flight level 220, report leaving level 300.
So let's turn the seatbelt sign back on. Flying for 2 hours and 22 minutes now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Zooming once more on the speed there. We'll now be entering via the Thames Estuary. Almost over the land finally.
In EV726, whilst we have the time, can you just do a radio check with the tower 127.73? Once you establish contact with him, come straight back to me and then we'll turn you for the final.
Oh, look, I think on 6 I'll do that now. Yeah,
5,000 feet, Air France 10, Bravo Romeo.
10 Bravo Romeo, thank you, identified, continue the departure, climb level 21.
Climb level 210, Air France 10, Bravo Romeo.
French Post 892 Victor, 05 left, Manchester, cleared, takeoff, winds, light and variable, 5 knots.
1021's QNH, so we'll get that on the standby. And as soon as we're cleared below 10,000, we'll switch over to that.
Hello, control ET726, back on frequency radio check, walls of success.
76, thank you, come right, correction, come left, heading 180 degrees for your back.
Left 180, ET726.
There we go.
Nortrans 370, direct Mayfield, Mike Alpha Yankee.
Direct Mayfield, Mike Alpha Yankee for Nortrans 370. That puts us there, so we can skip timber.
London Control, good afternoon, Ryanair 55 Whiskies at 4,000, request for the climb.
Bravo Whiskey, thank you. Identified. Climb flight level 210.
210, right now 55 Whiskey.
Easy 726, further left heading 090 degrees, report to established.
Yeah, so you have got Orbex is sword, Orbex England South, so you do get to enjoy the scenery from that. Again, my webcam's really laggy, sometimes it slows down like
55
crazy.
Whiskey, shortcut, direct Saski, Sierra Alpha Sierra, Kilo in...
Also,
Direct to Saski, and take it for the shortcut.
so let's approach, shall we? So 30 flaps 143, 109,
Now reaching 5,000.
109,
It's 902, thank you, identified on the climb, passing altitude 4,000 feet, climb now level 290.
Coming there at 290, friends, for
Nine.
answer.
And the heading
Air France
is
10 Bravo
078.
Romeo, climb level 23.
Climb level 230, Air France 10, Bravo Romeo.
Yep.
And we
Romeo
request
Kilo, 19 Romeo Kilo, identified altitude 4,800 feet, climb, maintain altitude 6,000.
stop altitude 6,000 feet, November Kilo. Air France 10, Bravo Romeo, request 310.
Establishing the localized F5.
1 Bravo Romeo, roger, climb level 310.
Climb level 310, Air France Bravo Romeo.
Easy 726, contact the tower, 127.73.
27.73, hopefully for the last time. Thank you very much, sir. Goodbye.
Good luck, if no problem on final approach, you're coming back straight to me and we'll clear you up.
Alright, soon pass through 14,000 now.
Nortrans 370, descend level 8.
Descend level 80 for Nortrans 370. It's 8,000 feet. So as soon as it gets to about
November
3,000
19
for the
Romeo Kilo, climb now,
outside,
level
then
100.
we'll be alright.
Flight level 100, November Kilo.
Yeah, there's no why the spoilers button not working either. There's a few problems with having this stick. Like I say, if all goes to plan, this will be the last time using the Satek Aviator. We'll have a brand new stick arriving on Monday or Tuesday to replace it. So going forward, things will be a lot better for me.
Nortrans 370, leave Mayfield, Mike off Denken, heading of 270 degrees.
Leave Mayfield for 270 for Nortrans 370.
Ryanair 55 Whiskey, climb, cruise level 23.
Climbing through 30, Ryanair 55 Whiskey.
Ryanair 8213, descend, flight level 200.
It's an interesting path they've given us. We are going to 08, right? Yeah. Let's see what they've got planned for this approach. Perhaps we're going to go over the airport and do a 180 afterwards, but
November 19 Romeo
8's
Kilo,
obviously got something
shortcut,
in
direct
mind.
Kennet.
Like Kenneth, November Romeo Kilo, thanks.
Nortrans 370, that's after Mayfield. Direct Mayfield, then heading 270.
Ah, apologies. To Mayfield, then to 270 for Nortrans 370. Okay, we went too early. That explains that. Right, we'll continue back towards Mayfield then.
Nortrans 370, descend altitude 5,000 feet, the QNH at Gatwick 1021.
Down to 5,000, QNH 1021 for Nortrans 370. Right, passing through 10,000 shortly. cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing, 10 minutes.
Swiss 105 shortcut directs Vatry, Victor Alpha Tango, Romeo.
Direct battery, Swiss 105, thank you.
Alright, soon to pass through 10,000, so we'll only slow down below 250 knots anyway. Which sounds about 240 for the time being.
We have begun our final descent into London Gatwick. Flight attendants will be passing
Landing
through
lights
the cabin
active.
to any crash one final time.
It is daytime, so no need for logo lights. Not like we've got much of a logo. Again, this is a hero-less aeroplane.
Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Alright, so at Mayfield, we then head to 270. Not what we did earlier. Signs active, landing lights active, passengers will be back on their seats, cabin crew now securing the back for us. Alright, go heading select, we'll head to altimeter 12021.
November 19 Romeo Kilo, climb level 160.
On flight level 160, and just bear with me
Brakes
2 minutes. I'm having problems with the autopilot, and I'll be back in a while.
No problem, sir. Your flight plan is closed at time 10. Have a good one. Cheers, Bob.
Sounds like a few people having a couple of issues. We had the guy in Sweden who couldn't leave active runway. We have this guy with autopilot issue. Even ourselves, after departure, we didn't have our speed set correct, so we were going way too fast out of Helsinki. Trying to spot the airport, you should be able to see it from here. Oh no, that was it, wasn't it? Hang on. So I said the visibility wasn't too bad, but no. That right there is London Gatwick Airports, so not too far as I say from landing. Very close indeed. We'll soon be given another vector. Ooh, has the stream completely slowed down? What's happened there? Yeah, let me kill the webcam. The webcam is causing a massive problem for us.
Ryanair 79 Kilo Quebec, passing flight level 370, descending 250 inbound on Agro.
Right, should be a bit smoother now.
Ryanair 79 Kilo Quebec, London. Hello, direct Lapra, B runway 06 into set start.
There's the railway tracks.
Direct
Gatwick
Lapra,
Express.
runway 0 for instance, Ryanair 79 Kilo Quebec.
And 79 Kilo Quebec, descend flight level 1.
Descending flight level 100, Ryanair 79 Kilo Quebec.
Nortrans 370, descend altitude 3000 feet, 25 track miles, 8 right.
Down to 3,000 for Nortrans 370.
Landing control, Oscar Kilo Victor Uniform Lima, good day, inbound, Diddley flight level 260.
Victor Uniform Lima, London, hello, Squawk ID.
Squawk ID, Lima.
Victor Uniform Lima, thank you, Divide direct Leicester, Lima Echo Sierra Tango Alpha.
Proceeding direct Leicester, 5 kilometer information.
Victor Uniform, maintain flight level 260, nothing below, will be a crossing Ryanair Boeing 737 at level 230.
Roger, maintaining flight level 260.
Yeah, so we should get a right hand turn shortly. Start lowering our speed and also start the flaps as well.
Is it possible to climb to flight level 280?
Delta Oscar, squawk up.
1,000 to go.
Oscar Kilo Victor from Lima.
Victor from Lima, just confirm the request.
Requesting flight level 280. Oscar Kilo Victor Uniform Lima.
Victor Uniform Lima, no problem, sir. Climb level 28.
Climbing flight level 280. Uniform Lima.
Alright, so we're going to level off now at 3,000. That'll help the aircraft slow down. We'll just continue the flaps. Essentially now just in the very final stage of preparation for landing. Whatever it is, not the same. 078. That needs to go back one. Very nice indeed. You've got a very straight road there, running right through these towns.
370, come right heading 360 degrees and speed 180 knots or less.
Heading 360, speed 180 or below for Nortrans 370. Right, so we're going to head north
United
now.
2786, you're leaving my space now over at ADC, continue on the Unicom 122.8, have a good flight.
Unicom 122, United
The
278.
is 143 for this landing, flaps 30. We'll bring on the VOR localizer.
Air France 10 Bravo Romeo, direct Zidal, X-ray India Delta India Lima.
Direct Xil, correct?
FM Zidal Zidal.
Okay, Xidal, Air France 10 Bravo Romeo.
We have one more flap setting. And also now in the very final stages
Post
for
89
landing.
to Victor, also direct Zidal, X-ray India Delta India Lima.
Direct to Zibo.
Where are you? That looks like Dunsfold actually. Fun fact of Dunsfold, they film Top Gear here.
Ryanair 8213, descend flight level 80.
So that hangar there is the Top Gear studio. And then their racetrack features most of the taxiways. So you leave at the front there, make a
Ryanair
left,
55 Whiskey, you're leaving my airspace, no
right,
onward ATC.
hammerhead is at the end of the runway, come back, down the follow
Ryanair
through,
55 Whiskey,
pass the
you're leaving my
tyres onto
airspace,
the
no
other
onward ATC,
runway,
continue on Unicom
make a
122
left-hand turn
thanks
at
very
that
much.
point right there, and then make another left
See Unicom
past the
122,
finish line.
have a nice day, bye bye.
That's the
Nordic
747.
370,
That's
right
American
heading
Airlines in this
09
case.
0 degrees, report established 8 right, number
090 and we'll report an established Nortrans 370.
Ryanair 79 Kilo Quebec, descend at level 8.
Sending flight level 80, Ryanair 79 Kilo Quebec.
Alright, flaps down 30, gear down. Newbie's looking at the top gear track. Alright, gear down 3 greens, flaps 30. Now just gotta wait until we're established with the glide slope. So you're not quite central yet, so the aircraft will make adjustments needed, start pointing directly at the runway. Hopefully you'll be able to follow the glide slope down as well. Well, 3,000 looks like we're going to be quite balanced here for a little bit longer. Yeah, that is moving at least. Hopefully it will descend. If not, we'll force it to descend.
Victor Delta 320 direct, Vachi, Victor Alpha
Okay,
Tango,
we'll do this
Romeo
one a
Yankee.
bit manually then. Nortrans 370 is established.
Nortrans 320, thank you, 8 right, and Gatwick, cleared to land, winds 065 degrees, 15 knots.
Cleared to land, Nortrans 370. Winds aren't too bad, it is a headwind for the most part, 13 knots. Nice and simple. Cabin crew, please be seated for landing. Alright, pre-landing checklist. Flaps down, gear down 3 greens. Landing lights
Runner
active, brakes set.
8213, descend altitude 5,000 feet,
informed,
EQ
pre-landing
at
checklist
Bristol,
complete.
1021.
Okay, so if we go around, we'll be climbing up to 3,000.
Ryanair 8213, descend altitude
4,000. Ryanair 8213.
8213, just confirm that altitude 5,000.
Spot system's still running. I think it's just auto trim at this point. Yeah, auto trim and auto throttle. 1,000. We're already manual.
Ryanair 79 Kilo Quebec, vectors runway 05, standstill, come left, heading 250 degrees.
Left heading 250, Ryanair 79 Kilo Quebec.
We'll turn off the auto trim at this point now. Auto throttle will keep going a little bit longer.
Under control, shuttle 1711 with you, heading 220, flight level.
Yeah, that auto trim
550.
is so much easier.
Shuttle 1711, thank you, identifying altitude 5,600 feet, continue your climb, climb level 120.
Climb flight level 120, shuttle 1711.
Auto throttle disarmed.
London Control, Ryanair 8213, we had problems with communication before. We are descending to 4,000 feet.
Ryanair 8213, fly heading 270 degrees due west, descend altitude of 5,000 feet for your down.
Climb right heading 270, 5,000 feet, Ryanair
8213.
123, roger, good. Happy.
Whoops, bit of a float.
And disregard the text, I'm just taking off the automatic trans...
London Control, just to
80 knots,
confirmation
reverse
is
cut.
runway 09er active runway in Bristol.
And let's exit the runway
Ryanair
here.
8213.
8213, affirm, runway 09 in use.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London Gatwick.
Auto brakes
Local
off.
time is 3:24
Flaps off.
PM.
Nortrans 370, clear runway.
Degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile device.
370, thanks, taxi stand of choice via Delta 8 left and Charlie.
Standard choice, Delta 8 left Charlie for Nortrans 370. Thank you very much.
If this is your final destination,
Taxi lights on. Oops, landing lights off. APU start.
to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
And since we are going to head over to the low cost stand, right over the
Kilo
end
Quebec,
there.
descend altitude 5,000 feet, the QNH at Stansted, 1023.
5000, 1023, Ryanair 79 Kilo Quebec.
But no, not a bad flight. I really cannot say. Head over towards where those EasyJets are.
Ryanair 8213, further descent, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
We should switch away now from the active
Descent to
controller, since we don't need to keep in contact with them anymore. Yeah, like I say, that was a perfectly alright flight. That's a little bit of a thing at the starts, but overall, we made it to Gatwick, no problem. Wow, you're very late today, man. Very late. You've caught us at Gatwick Airport, taxiing now to gate. Yeah, it'll be one of those stands over there we'll be going to, perhaps next to that EasyJets. Trying to remember, what gates did we go to when I flew with jet time? I honestly don't remember. I've got no memory of passing through the airport after landing with jet time to Gatwick from Helsinki. Norwegian were over here, so that's why I kind of know where we're going, but yeah, maybe I'll watch back some of my videos of jet time, just see which gate we taxied to in the end. Got a fair few EasyJet aircraft over here. Yeah, I think it'll be this stand over here we'll end up at, or standard choice, we'll go next to the EasyJets. No one's gonna give us repercussions. Completely forgot streaming, had stuff. No worries, man. Don't you worry. I'm not offended that he didn't turn up or anything. Don't you worry. So, welcome to Gatwick South Terminal. Oh, look, everyone's getting its gate gourmet at the moment. Trying to think, is this traffic global in action right now? Possibly. I don't think this is going to be Gatwick on IVAO alone, but it could be. There's an event going on at least. Norwegian don't use... Actually, I think they may do. So, we won't call the stairs. You can't call a jet bridge unless this has one of those two add-ons with it. But I'll check it when we arrive. B738, okay. It's going to give us the guidance at least. And stop. Tiny bit more. Stop. Parking brake active. APU active. Switch to bleeds. Switch off the packs. Engines off. jet bridge will function. Okay, that's good to see. See what sign also can on off as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London Gatwick Airports. Total time of the flight today was 2 hours and 49 minutes, and we have arrived just a couple minutes early. Temperature outside is 23 degrees, and it should be a splendid rest of your day. Thank you again for flying with Norwegian Airlines. We'll be disembarking through the front doors on Jet Bridge. We hope to see you us again in the very near future. Cabin crew disarm doors and cross-check. Okay, I missed that bit, but hey. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London Gatwick Airports. Let us head over to Avitab. No, not Avitab, I want ground services. We can open the doors now. At least once we've done that, can we? Strobes off, anti-collision off. Yep. Tax lights off. Open the forward entry. Open the cargoes. Connects GPU. And then we'll call the ground services. So we only need the conveyor belts this time. Ground power's active. Turn off the APU bleeds. Turn off the APU. And so there we have it. Our Norwegian plane was docked up at Gatwick. Like I say, it wasn't a bad flight overall. I'm quite happy with how that one came out. Let's end all the flights tracking as well, so we no longer require project's flight. We can complete the flights. Starts a little bit late, but for the most part the flight data will be in place. Yep. Cool. Next thing we can deactivate will be IVAO. Actually, not yet. We'll just end the packs, I think. So pop open the menu, head over to menu, end flights. Let's have a look. Slightly ahead of schedule, soft landing. Recommend you at work. It's fun leaving the aircrafts. Yeah, overall nice and positive. Flight time was 2:42. We initially planned to depart at 12:30. We left at 12:40, so 10 minutes behind schedule on that. Arrival was at 15:40. We arrived at 15:23, so we came 20 minutes early. Decent landing. Overall passengers are 94% satisfied, so we'll save that. Right, let's end tracking on Project's flight. On IVAO, sorry. And let us close the exits, and then we'll have a look at the replay, shall we? Because again, when you keep the doors open in the replay, it will be open on the so when you leave the doors open on normal, it will leave them open in replay as well, which is not great, but it is what it is. Right, short final. So I'll do it from the passenger side first. Left-hand window. All looking calm. I do love the Orbex scenery. It does look fantastic, does it not? Yeah, nice and stable. Over the threshold. Over the runway. And oh yeah, it was a bit of a float actually, wasn't it? So touchdown could have been a little bit earlier. But hey, you can't complain about that, can you? Plenty of runway to spare left on the first arrival exit points. Right, let's do it one more time from the exterior. I'll go back a tiny bit more actually. Aircraft comes in, stable on the runway. There's the tiny bit of floats. Definitely left the engines on a little bit too long there. But a nice and smooth touchdown. Apologies for the lag there. Let's try to get that touchdown again for you guys, because for some reason the stream just froze for that exact moment of touchdown. There it goes, coming in. Slight floats. And then down. And there we have it. Our Norwegian plane arrives in London. So, like I'd say, this was almost certainly the last flight I was going to do with the Satek Aviator. The Satek Pacific Aviator. It's been a decent stick, but like I say, I had some problems with it and it just needed to change. So I got a new one on the way. I really need to sort out something with this computer because it's really starting to chug along now, my desktop. I don't know, I've got to make a fair few changes around, so I'll spend the next couple of days sorting that all out. But yeah, overall it was a fun flight. Also we got to watch the landing of the satellite SpaceX earlier on today. That was pretty cool. At least I did on my own thing. I know a few people tuned in for that as well, so probably why there's been a few less of my usual viewers. But hey, it is what it is, and it's been a good day so far. So yeah, hope you guys had a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.